It doesn't take much to trigger a child's imagination. You know what they're thinking. Every youngster goes through it when they visit an airport. Little Jimmy, he's the pilot, handsome in his tailored uniform, the leader, confident, poised, and ready to take the big jet anywhere in the world. Kathy, she's the airline stewardess, filling the traditional woman's role of caring for the wants and needs of the passengers. Dreams, well, we tell our children that dreams like these can be achieved with a little luck and a lot of hard work. For some children, perhaps, but it can never be more than a dream for Kathy nor Jimmy. Kathy will never have the opportunity to reassure an anxious passenger. Jimmy will never operate the complicated controls of a big jet liner. For Kathy and Jimmy are mentally retarded.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. Welcoming myself back in the mix. That's right. That's right. Here we go again. Again. Shout out Black Hesher. That's a song for tonight. Skeletons. Link is in the description if you guys are feeling it. Oh shit! Mike D in the Easy. Cheesy tonight.
What's up?
Oh, shit.
Smooth.
Motherfucker.
Father wonders if he's all right mentally.
It's a little bit it's different, right? Different music, right, than what you're used to in your white privileged neighborhood. What's up, everybody? We're back again. And we got a buddy of mine here tonight, and he was here a couple weeks ago, and we couldn't get anything to work, but he actually made it all the way out here from West Virginia again, just for this.
Second time
out in West Virginia. Just want you guys to give a round of applause for an old school homie, Mike D. He's going to drop some knowledge tonight.
My name is Mike D, and I get my respect.
No. You're not gonna get any respect here if you're gonna rap like that.
All right, whatever.
Just messing with you. Feel free to bust loose, whatever the kids say. You know, you're a big Kanye fan. I know you are.
Yeah, I've been really big into like dick farts lately.
Dick farts.
Yeah.
Dick burps.
Dick burps.
Nice, man. Nice. All right, we're gonna switch it up. But yeah, man, fucking what's up, Gorilla Strong? What's going on, Chad? Good to see you guys. It's been, I think, a month since I've done this, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We usually do it every Friday night. And if you guys are new to the channel and are not familiar with the social media that we're involved with, I'm sometimes on Twitter, but go ahead and follow me on Twitter at CLAMBAKED Show if you haven't already. And yeah, shit, Mike. How are you?
Doing
We can act like we haven't talked this whole time that you've been here. You've
know,
been here for a
right?
couple hours, so we've kind of broken the ice already.
That's good.
You know?
It's all good. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
No, you're not. I had to pay this guy. I had to pay you to be here, man. It's all good. But yeah, we were talking about like religion. We were talking about race, sex, all this stuff, man. And it was great. And the recording just disappeared. I'm just kidding.
Gone.
It's
In the
gone.
abyss.
No one will ever see it again, unfortunately.
Did it even happen?
No, it didn't. You're right. You're right. But yeah, man, what's going on in this fucking crazy world? It's funny that you're probably one of the only folks I know that's an actual Kanye West fan. That
I
you've
love
been
Kanye West.
through and through, though. And he's been in the news lately. That's why I'm bringing him up. Because he was on, Saturday Night Live last week.
Yeah.
Was it last week?
Yep.
And that whole controversy with him getting kicked out of there, or what happened to him?
I mean, he said what he wanted to say. Wore his MAGA hat. People were
that's
pissed off.
that's what happened. He was wearing his. See, I don't even know. I didn't look into this. I just heard something was going on.
You don't eat it up?
Huh?
You don't eat it up?
No, I figured you could talk about you knew more than I did about Kanye, so I was like, oh, maybe this dude knows what actually happened at Saturday Night Live, because I didn't really pay attention to what happened.
He basically said that 90% of media is liberal. They were trying to
shit.
bully him backstage to not wear the hat.
Really?
He wore the hat anyways. And then he like made some Kanye comments and they never aired it.
Oh, so they cut him off?
They cut him off.
Are you serious?
It's rude, right?
Dude, just because he was speaking his mind on the other side.
I don't know. I don't know if there's like a time restraint. Like maybe SNL is just like, we're over and sorry you took too long.
Oh, right. They went over the
No more
allotted time slot.
Kanye moments. I don't know.
Dude, that's fucking nuts. He's always making headlines, but for the worse, right? And people
Is it always
just
the worst?
eat it up all the time.
I like it because he says what other people won't say. So I don't
Right.
know. I feel like you need those people in the room, right?
I mean, people are afraid to kind of just go against the grain nowadays, though. You do need a lot more of those people in the room, but as far as public figures, they're considered racist if they disagree with the 90%, the 99%, right?
For sure. I mean, we have freedom of speech, right? But like,
Shit.
we have the mob that will eat you up if you say the wrong thing.
Oh, dude.
And that's almost more.
Yeah, we've talked about this,
There's no legal
here
ramifications,
before,
but
of course,
like you'll get eaten alive if you say the wrong thing, right?
Of course, especially in Boston. You see,
Unpopular thing.
you've seen the protests that they've had at in like the Commons and everything.
Sure.
Even if there's anything going on out there, you just want to stay away.
Yeah.
I don't get what madman wants to get involved with some. Even if you're strong with your beliefs of politics, if that's always kind of scared me to get involved in like a public something where like riot police are on standby, tear gas can be involved. Even if you're just standing there, you could your life's at risk for no fucking reason, man. I don't get that kind of shit, and it's America, bro.
America.
It's not the Middle East, and you have to worry about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No matter where you are. Give me your opinions. This is all new. This is all new for Mike here. I'm switching the cameras.
It's so
I'm
weird.
trying.
I look every time I see
Yeah.
myself, I look like I just want to laugh.
I'm just gonna pop this up so you don't pay attention, so you don't even see yourself. All right. No, this is new for him right here. I just got this guy into podcasts and watching Joe Rogan. I started him off with some Joe Rogan. I figure the Podfather would kind of get him in the right direction. And well, you saw the Elon Musk clip first.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the chat's not really bumping tonight, but feel free to read it whenever you want. But Chad's up here.
I like Chad's comment.
What he said was right. He literally said, "I thought I lived in a country where I could believe what I want to believe." Yeah. Apparently.
It's changing. I mean, I think there's definitely like, we have this collective intelligence, Google, the internet. Everyone can share their opinions instantly. And for someone who thinks independently and is wrong or right or just like unpopular, we go at the throat for those people that have to agree with the mass. because we're connected, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to make this like a politically driven podcast, but we were saying before that, I was saying at least that I never really even cared about this subject until within a year. Like a year ago, I was just like kind of absorbed into it and shit. Oh shit. I just slammed my keyboard. Oh shit. Shout out. Go on, Good Hydro. What up, brother? Josh Goodrow. One in the chat.
Booger eating contest. I had a dream about booger eating the other night.
It's not bad for you, apparently. I did it when I was a kid.
So, like, in my dream, it was...
I'm still here. I'm still here.
That's just disgusting, Jeremy.
Hey, I'm admitting it at least. I don't give a fuck.
But it's like, what if boogers are just ideas and you're eating your ideas? You're redigesting your ideas.
You're kind of cannibalistic, right? You're eating yourself away.
I don't know. It's gross, though.
I bite my nails sometimes, It's not like to make them look gross, like a cleaning thing. Not when they're dirty. People do it. It's like a nervous tick and stuff. I've always kind of...
I'm going to throw up.
Yeah. I heard you wipe from back to front, though, so, like, I mean...
Shit dick.
Shit dick, dude. You get a big old chocolate stick. After you take it down. That's too funny. But, what the fuck were you talking about? Let's start with this.
Booger eating contest?
Booger eating contest. Yeah, so people compare, like, eating oysters to a booger or something. Have you ever been around people, they're like, oh,
oysters are gross.
It's like a booger going down, It's like, oh, it's like eating a booger. I've heard people say it's like eating a snot if you, like, go...
That's the selling point?
Yeah, that's what I've
Sign
heard.
me up.
I've heard people, New England's a big oyster eating, raw oyster eating area, so...
Baby, I like it raw.
I started smoking cloves again, so sorry for the smell.
Cloves are gross.
Huh?
It's like an old guy thing to do.
Smoking cloves?
I started smoking cloves again, Mike.
Do you like the smell of cloves?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, it smells good. Smells fine.
That was the wrong answer. I was kind of trying to bait you in.
Oh, they smell absolutely disgusting.
Have you been at a concert, though, and just had the whiff of a clove come right up? Like, you're walking by... You know what I'm saying? Like, you're walking by someone, like, a smoking area. And they're just like, you're good. And, you're walking by whoever, and it just, you get that, there's like, it's usually like a gypsy chick or something that walks by, or like a gothic girl, and she's smoking a clove just because she doesn't, I don't know, she just wants to look cool and shit. This was just a long time ago. For me, at least. Cloves gotta smell better than cigarettes. Ever since you quit smoking cigs. Yeah, ever since I quit smoking cigarettes, I smell everything a lot, like, better, I would say. You never really smoked cigarettes, right?
No, they're gross.
Yeah. They're definitely not, It took me forever to quit, man. I smoked for at least 10 years or something.
They're not healthy for you, did you know that?
I just found that out.
Oh, really?
After I quit, I was like, holy shit, I did this study on, like, what tobacco does to you.
How did you perform your study?
I went to the library.
You read the back of the box?
I went to the Boston Public Library. No, I saw some Asian guy smoking a pack of cigarettes, and it had a burnt lung on his cigarette pack. And I was like, what are you smoking? Isn't that crazy? In other countries, though, they'll show, like, a dead fetus or something, or a burnt, like, a lung from lung cancer on the carton of cigarettes. In Canada, I believe they even do it.
It's got to be more effective.
Like, this is what you're going to look like, motherfucker. Even though they just threw a lung on the fire, they're like, yeah, let's just throw this propaganda in their face and shit, That's pretty typical. It's pretty typical. I don't know. Makes it trying for you eat pea cereal whilst huffing farts. Huh?
Fart huffing?
Never done that. Jenkum is something we've talked about on here. You ever hear of Jenkum?
Nope.
It's all right, so it's if you're good on that, I'll keep smoking myself or put it out. But it's raw sewage. People shit into a 5-gallon bucket and put a balloon over the cover and wait for the balloon to fill up with the air of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they huff that balloon. So it's called jenkem. Butt hash. Another word for it is butt hash.
So like, what's the point? Is there pleasure?
It's just a high people get. It's like huffing.
You get high from shit?
Yeah, you know how people huff.
You get a shit
spray.
high.
Yes. You know, it's like raw sewage. It's weird. I've never done it, obviously. There's a clip I've shown on the show in the past.
I would have never assumed that you did it, but now that you said I've never done it.
I've never done it. You saw that right-handed, like that right side wink that no one else could see. So yeah, I've never done butt hash. But
I don't get it. So you get high. Like how
I don't know. I don't know what the high is, but I think it's probably a jailhouse thing they might have invented. You know, how they make wine and alcohol in toilets. I'm sure they thought of a way to fucking get high on their own supply.
Yeah, whatever
Their own
works.
fecal supply. Hey man, it's compost if you look at it that way.
Yeah, I mean you're recycling, right?
You don't have to. You don't have to look at it as being an addict or anything like that. It's kind of not. That's why my phone went flying. Are you waiting for the podcast to be over already, or what, man?
Not at all.
Just fucking with you.
What the fuck, dude?
Hey, so me and this guy, right? We used to work together, doing door to door, and that was the first time I met you. It was like summer, probably like 10 years ago, over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It was a long fucking time. And met you through your cousin. Edwin. Yep, that's right. Exactly. Or his name is shout out to Edwin if you're watching out there. If you're not, you're a piece of garbage.
Yeah,
and
basically.
But yeah, met you through him. But my first impression, it was like, hey, I just met you. Go knock doors with this guy. You know?
Yeah, that was literally
like,
our
hey.
introduction.
Yeah, hey man, it's like, oh, you're my buddy's cousin. I trust his blood. Apparently,
Such an
right?
odd job.
Yeah, it was the fucking. And I had never had a sales job before, and we did, I think, the hardest kind of sales job, no?
For sure, yeah.
Do you think, like, door to door? It's the most...
First, to get someone to let you into their house.
It's the most fucking...
And then all of a sudden, like, the goal is to get into the house, right? You want to
Yeah.
have the conversation in the house. Then you get in the house, and you're in some stranger's kitchen with, like, their fucking cat walking over the counter and, like, beer bottles everywhere, and they're like, hey.
It's a roll of the dice. You never know who's going to let you in their house. You know, it's depending on what town you're in and, the time of day. It was just so random, right?
Everything about it,
So I think we worked in the South Shore together and the North Shore of Massachusetts, right? Did you work in the North Shore with us?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was just like, it's completely different, like going from south to north. And,
Very different.
Anyone, watching from the New England area, Boston area, not too many people like door-to-door solicitation.
Nope, not at all. Not one
Any
bit.
time of
But
the
it paid
day,
well.
dude.
It paid well. That was the only reason it made it worth it.
Right. We were, 19, 20? I think we were probably just able to buy alcohol, maybe, if not.
I don't even think we were that old.
Yeah. I think we had our boss
19,
buying us
20.
booze.
Yeah.
Possibly. So, yeah, man. I just remember that was just... I thought I could do anything after that as far as sales jobs. I know when I put that job on my resume, it was just like... I don't know anyone out there that's done like door-to-door vacuum sales. But, you've heard like door-to-door,
Yeah.
you automatically think of vacuum salesman. The oldest
Johnny
job.
Cash.
Huh?
Johnny Cash.
Yeah, there you go. But we made bank, untaxed money. Did you ever get hit for that years later?
Nope.
I don't think I did either. It was just like, hey, they were like, save half your paycheck because you're not getting taxed. And it was like, yeah, sure, buddy. This is straight commission.
I'm going straight to
spending.
the mall and getting some Jinko jeans.
Some Jinkos, some Airwalks, and what else? What else were we buying back then? CDs, obviously.
Some sick Abercrombie.
Abercrombie
button-ups.
cologne.
Oh, yeah.
Button up. That's your cousin, bro. It's like you go to the mall, right? Anytime we would go to the mall with your cousin, it would be, and there's like any friends out there, like I hang out with, it doesn't like, not like a punk rock scene and stuff like that, it's like I got groups of friends of all walks of life, but Eddie's the only friend I know that would like openly just go into an Abercrombie, and this was like the first time. Huh?
He loved it.
He loved it. I'd be like, we'd be going to the mall, like food court. I'm like, looking like an idiot like I did back then, and I'm like, yo, I'm not going to Abercrombie. I fucking hate this place, you know. And it was just kind of funny, and I got past it, but it was just, I don't know.
It was cool, man. Sexy girls like
The
it.
manliest man you'll ever meet loved Abercrombie and Hollister or something. Is that the other store? But that smell, I have the cologne downstairs.
Still
I'm not
turns
gonna
me
lie.
on. I get a boner if I smell anything.
I'll
from
spray some on
high
you
school,
before you go home.
Instant boner.
But that smell will give me a headache in the mall, but I can wear the cologne all day, you know? That's the only male I know that would just go into an Abercrombie and not give a fuck. Not look both ways before he walked in.
Why would you care, man?
I'm just, you know.
They had like a catalog or something, or a brochure that showed boobs. That was awesome.
No, I'm just saying from me, I never had been into an Abercrombie. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, my scene or style, I'm like, fuck, what is this? But I have many shirts or whatever, button-up shirts from there, you know. But, at the same time, it's...
Too preppy for you?
Back then it was. No, they got nice shit now. You don't have to dress like a preppy to have a nice pair of pants or a shirt or something, you know. Yo, Dave, 25. What up, CX in the 10 toes down. What up? Chad, what is going on? Purple Army. Yeah, man. Dude, honestly, I haven't paid attention to... You're not going to know what I'm talking about. But Ice Poseidon in Forever. He's an online personality. He's younger than us, lives in Hollywood, and he does this like streaming where he walks around with his phone all the time and just gets in people's face, gets fucking pulled over by the cops. But he's the biggest dude doing it right now.
What is he? He just instigates like drama.
Yeah, he's like around all these people that start drama. They stream too. It's like a whole, you know, it's what YouTube is pretty much fucking turned into, is, you know, that kind of content. I would say is the most popular content. You know, it's real life kind of stuff. You know, or it's like the real world. It's scripted real life, I would say. You know, but kid gets paid, man. These guys are getting like $10,000 a month. Some, like, I know this dude has to be getting paid like 10 G's a month or something just for streaming and doing
and having subscribers.
And it's a fan base, and that's essentially what say that'd be cool for me to do that one day. You know, it's like, but at the same, you got to be realistic. You have to be consistent. You have to do that and this and that. And this right here isn't really a lucrative, you know, thing. People just talking, like, come on. This dude actually goes out and does shit, you know? So it's like, he deserves to at least get paid, but it's just the new generation, man, of YouTubers. And
Did you hear that Asian Andy made $28K on a 48-hour stream?
There you go.
Thanks, Chad.
Exactly. So it's dudes he's affiliated with, and they're younger than us, little millennials, and they're getting bank, bro. Living in LA, living the dream. But they caught on to it. No one wants to see an old man's face.
No.
You know, if we shave
I
these
get
beards,
pissed every time I can see myself on the camera.
yeah, if we dyed our hair purple and stuff, and we moved to LA and we shaved our faces and we tried fitting in with that crowd, they'd probably be like, okay, you know. But that's what you got to kind of look like and do nowadays to be cool and fit in.
Purple Army.
Purple Army. God, I don't know why we're still talking about this, dude. But it's the big thing going on in the internet. And I forget that a lot of my friends aren't really into the podcasting thing. They don't really, not into it, but they don't know. Like if I'm talking about a certain something, you know, I'm not into the whole YouTube celebrity drama. You know what I'm talking about? That whole side of.
Yeah, I have no idea.
See?
I watch Tekashi 6ix9ine videos.
So you're a YouTube user where you use it for music and stuff like that and funny videos. Yeah, but a lot of the time, you know, people go to watch, you know, stuff like that. Tekashi 6ix9ine. Are you really into that guy?
I mean, he has rainbow colored hair and tells everyone to suck his dick. It's pretty awesome.
Are you being serious?
Oh, yeah, I'm entertained.
Yeah, you're entertained.
To some extent. I find it fascinating.
Do you take him seriously, though, as an artist? And, like, someone has... Like, hey, my kids are 15 and they brought home a Tekashi... or the they're not gonna bring home a Tekashi record, but
Who brings home records?
That's what I'm saying. Like, she's gonna be listening to it one day.
Whippy on my kibby, yeah. That's sick.
No, despite his allegations of being a female hitter, you're still cool with him, huh?
Did he hit a female? I have no idea.
I believe that's what's up with him. Or he had charges, allegedly.
Didn't he like dance with a girl on
Allegedly.
stage or something? I don't know. And he punched a fan.
Did he really?
Pretty sure. Maybe in Texas.
I mean, I know he's wanted by Mexican gangs and stuff, like MS-13. I think, I don't know the other names, but
I've never heard that.
in Southern California, like the straight up Mexican gangs want to beat him up because I think he's just Puerto Rican. He's not Mexican. Like, people think he's Mexican or something, you know, because they don't think of a Puerto Rican.
I thought he was
popular.
Mexican.
Yeah, exactly. First impression, you thought he was Mexican, which is
Well, he went to Mexico
You know?
and gave people like $100 bills or something.
yeah, but like he's about that culture. He is his accent and stuff like that. He doesn't mention he's Puerto Rican unless people ask him in an interview or something, you know. I know a few things about him. I've watched, you know that.
It seems like you know more than me. I just like to watch him and laugh.
I know all about these guys like Lil Perp, Lil Smoke, or Lil Duffy, Lil Duffel Bag, and
I like Lil Uzi Vert. I listen to his albums and stuff. I like it.
what happened to stuff like Wu-Tang and Puffy Combs?
Take that.
No, but seriously though, I think artists like Wu-Tang and shit are fed up with the mumble rap stuff.
I think hip hop in general cycles through artists way too quickly.
It's the biggest genre of music.
Oh yeah,
It's taken over.
I check #1 album like streams every single week, and it owns
It's always
like
a new
top
one.
10 spots for sure.
It's always a new SoundCloud indie artist or something, right?
For sure.
It's crazy. Will you be watching WWE Super Showdown? I actually unsubscribed from the WWE Network. I had that for the longest time since it came out like 4 or 5 years ago. You know the one I'm talking about?
You unsubscribed?
Well, yeah, it was like $10 a month.
Are you disloyal?
I haven't watched the product lately, so
What?
I'm not really a recent wrestling fan as of late, I would say.
And you love wrestling?
I do. But I like old school wrestling though. You know, early 90s, stuff like that. I like the newer shit too, but storylines have to kind of suck me in, and if it's too kiddie or whatever, I can't really grasp onto it. A lot of the indie wrestling that's not the major shit is what I've been digging lately. You know, like the local shit or, you know.
Wrestling's cool. I liked Razor Ramon. He was awesome.
I got that figure up there. You saw that figure?
No, where is he? I can't see back there.
Oh yeah, you can't see. I thought that's why you said it.
Oh no, yeah. I liked his chest hair. He rocked it pretty hard.
It's funny though. I was listening to Joe Rogan break down like about wrestling in his new stand-up special, and he was just saying, like he was talking about like in what other way can you watch like oily guys like you know in masks, because he like this other guy Tony Hinchcliffe, he's a comedian, he loves wrestling, and he was like showing Joe a video. He was like it was a fucking guy in a mask with another guy in a fucking Speedo holding him in a headlock. He's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, how is that going to be, like, a good first impression of watching, like, the newer shit or something, you know? But I look at it as, like, a storyline-based thing, or, you know, if it's entertaining like that, but... You want this?
All set. Wait, are we on Clambaked?
YouTube.com/clambaked, baby. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up if you're having a good time already. Want to feel the love out there. It's been a fucking month, like I said earlier, and I really appreciate and love that you guys are here. Whoever's here tonight, Chad, I know for a fact, is in the chat, of course. Dave25, and whoever's not in the chat, there could be one other person watching. Yeah, there's only 4 peeps out there. It's whatever. Yeah, that's the shitty thing about not doing this every week now, is because, you know, people don't think that I do this anymore. No one's asked or anything, so it's whatever. But fortunately. So what else is going on, man, in your world? Yeah. Driverless cars becoming a big thing. Elon Musk smoking weed.
So cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't
Elon
seen you
Musk
since
is so
then.
cool.
And you haven't, yeah, you saw like him with the fucking blowtorch in the studio and everything.
He sold what, 20,000? How many blowtorches did he? Not a blowtorch.
Oh, after that?
Yeah,
I saw that.
20,000, right?
Oh, I have no idea. I saw that thing
Flamethrower, that's
before
what
he
he's
was.
calling it,
Yeah,
right?
no, this is not a flamethrower or something. I saw that before he was on there, on someone else's Instagram, and I'm like, holy shit! It looked like a super soaker that shot flames. And yeah, so obviously, like, being on that podcast, people were like, "Fuck yeah, I'm buying that thing." You know, if I could afford to buy one, I would definitely. I'd start all my campfires or outdoor fires with that. You know, if that's the purpose for it. To start a fire, right?
I think the purpose is to like set people on fire, right? Someone comes at you, just
Is it being like considered a weapon, or is it being used?
It looks like a gun.
All right, yeah, a super soaker looks like a gun, but it's not a fucking weapon, dude.
It is when I'm holding it.
All right, well, I mean, if you want to consider, you could put bleach in it, and then it becomes a weapon or
Urine.
something. Urine.
I use urine.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's good enough.
Preferred method.
But you know what I'm saying, though? Like, if you, I don't know, would that be considered a fucking weapon?
A flamethrower?
Yeah.
Of course.
No, like, what do you have to? You don't have to pass a background check or anything, and you don't have to have an RFID card to buy it, so it's not a firearm,
Well,
even though it's fire coming from your arm.
I mean, that's the interesting
Essentially.
part, right? He wrote not a flamethrower and was able to sell it. Got through like a few loopholes. Said and done.
Yeah. All you have to do is refill the propane, I think, on the back. You know. I mean, we could bring up the video, but I'm sure it'll get flagged if it's someone else's video. Dude, I was doing some tree work the other day, and my wife was filming it. I told you my neck's fucking killing me. So I'm doing some yard work, trimming some fucking trees, and someone's filming it across the street, man. And my neck is killing me to this day. I'm gonna show you this. You know, doing yard work and shit. You think everything's fucking good. Everything's hunky fucking dory, dude. Right? Everything's fucking. You think? Oh, everything's fucking hunky dory.
What is that guy doing sitting on that roof? He's like, I'm getting a better view than those two babies on the chair.
That's me right there.
Oh my. Look.
What?
Obviously, that wasn't me, but dude, how gnarly is that, man? So, like,
all those people were standing there, and no one was like, "Hey, that doesn't look like a good idea. Like, there's probably a better method."
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's not harnessed in. It's obviously either his house or a buddy's house. You know, it's probably not a professional, because if it was a professional, I think you would be harnessed in and shit, right?
Yeah, of course. Yep.
Like, I would never do this shit.
You wouldn't be like way over your head. Right. Like, I have no idea where this thing's gonna fall or what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Now, this video has been out for years. I know that. I think. Well, a couple of years at least. I just recently saw it. But you see the guy right there. He's just like, yeah, you think he'd be harnessed in. He's already cut down a bunch of shit. He's been successful so far.
What is that guy doing sitting
Watch him land. Pay attention.
Ambitious.
He's like, I'm
Pay
getting
attention to
better
him after he
view than
lands,
those
bro.
babies on the chair.
Here comes the car.
This is so funny. To me, I was dying. It's still so funny. A moment of impact right there. Is that sick of me to enjoy that? Or watch? That's right before his life is going to change for the month. Now, that's a good, what? 12 feet, do you think?
Yeah.
To the ground?
It looks like it goes down further than we can see,
Pay
too,
attention.
right?
Yeah, pay attention right there.
Yeah, there's like a hill there.
He hits a fucking log, dude. He doesn't hit the ground. Like, he doesn't hit the forgiving dirt or grass or anything. He lands straight on top of a fucking log, man. So to make matters worse, I don't know. I thought I was doing some yard work the other day, and I thought of like, man, I wonder if there's any idiots out there that are, because I was climbing my tree, like trimming branches out and stuff on an 8-foot step ladder. I'm like, this is a little too high for me. I'm getting a little too old. I used to paint houses and stuff and not, you want this?
For sure.
And not have a problem with heights and shit. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. I don't know.
It's wild, man.
Do you not find joy in other people's pain?
I definitely find joy in other people's pain. My favorite part is that girl going, "Oh my god, oh my god."
Do you think that's his wife running to his rescue?
Yes.
Or just like a neighbor? What would you do if you're
Like
just
all those people are
Jack's out
like
there again?
they get there so fast. They're watching that whole thing go down.
The guy on the roof is like, what in the hell? He's trying to get the roof done, and this guy's fucking being a jackhole. We can watch it again if you want to analyze it, but I think that guy, he had to have gotten knocked out. Either head first on that tree. I don't know. That scared the shit out of me, man. I don't know. I used to get scared all the time helping people do roofing. When I was younger, I'd be a laborer and bring in shingles up. Hey,
Can't they just throw stuff on your head when you are laboring?
well, you stay away from the tarp. On the other side, you leave a tarp down.
Just
and
throw nails and
yeah, no, I'd be on the roof with a pitchfork or a shovel, like a roof shovel, to fucking pull the nails up. Yeah, I used to do that stuff too, man. When I was younger, it is hard work, but you'd never catch me doing it now because I'm deathly afraid of heights like that. My ankles are too flimsy now too. I think they're not as my knees aren't as good.
Did you just confess that you have flimsy ankles?
I have little girly ankles now.
Shit, dude.
From spraining them a lot. Yeah, from skateboarding, being tough, being cool, skateboarder. Shit, man. So where are your friends tonight? I thought you said you were gonna have a whole army of fucking doilites.
Yeah, they're all on here.
They're all on here. That's awesome. That's great, man. All right, well, thank you guys for joining us tonight. It's been real. It's been fun. Now get in the pit and try to love someone. I hope everyone enjoyed the intro for tonight too. Joe Rogan wrecked him for offering him a blunt. Yeah, that's what everyone got out of that too. It's kind of sad.
Yeah,
that's the
he
only
barely
thing they got
smoked. Like he didn't really smoke.
Yeah, he
It was a
just,
spliff too. It had
Yeah.
like tobacco in there.
yeah, so it's not that big of a deal.
It was like 2.5 hour interview, literally 5-second clip. But that's how the internet works,
Yeah.
right?
That's the only thing people got out of it is you'll be smoking weed, and that's the horrible thing about pot culture, or there should it. It's sad that it's called like weed culture or whatever, That's sad, but it's people use it for good, and there's people that just come on here like myself and just smoke and have a good time, I guess. But there's other people that just like to smoke and talk about strains and shit all day. They don't grow it or anything. They'll just be like, yeah, but I don't know. I don't like the whole pot culture, and that's the type of people that pretty much only took that clip of Elon Musk, and that's the only thing they got out of it. Not artificial intelligence or fucking how he wants to get to Mars and
The tunnels, man.
the tunnels underground. Like, so he's like, everything's like what, a 2-dimensional world. I want it to be.
Well, he was saying that our workplaces are 3-dimensional, right?
Right.
And then our transportation methods are 2-dimensional. Makes
Yeah,
complete sense. But it also confirms that he thinks like a robot. That scares me.
But that he thinks like a robot.
Yeah, he thinks like a robot. Like he thinks we are a computer.
He's different. He's just different, man. I've never seen. Within the past couple of years, he just popped up. He invented PayPal, which I didn't know until recently.
Yep.
And
That was his first
yeah,
first startup, right?
Yeah, so he's been around, but just under the radar a little, And then Tesla, boom, changed the world. Now he wants to go to Mars. It's like in a world where, there's billionaires everywhere. I'm surprised there aren't more, self-funded people trying to get into outer space. It's obviously not illegal if he was able to fucking send rockets in the air. That's kind of, like, isn't the government the only? I don't know.
Yeah, that's his biggest enemy, right? Is regulation.
Is there regulation though?
Yeah, of course.
He's put cars in outer space and shit.
Yep.
You know, which is like space.
But I think
junk.
he followed the guidelines for like what we're already doing, which is sending like big pieces of concrete in the air, right?
What do you mean?
Like when he sent the car into the air, he was following the same guidelines of like the way NASA would send big pieces of concrete to see like how their rockets would launch or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know.
I don't know either.
That's pretty cool. Oh. Yeah, I just think it's crazy that when you saw that video online, right? I'll look it up real quick.
The floating car?
No, not the car. It was the fucking rocket in California. People thought it was the end of the world, and people are freaking out. Hold on. Put it over here so you don't have to look. You've had to have seen it. I think it was a viral video last year or something. It was pretty gnarly looking.
3, 2, 1.
Liftoff as American company SpaceX launch a Falcon 9 rocket from their base in California. The launch is
This
intended
was
to
last
boost
year,
the
I think,
company's
around this time.
satellites. The so-called Iridium Next network mean that users can make satellite phone calls from anywhere on Earth. It was the fourth batch in a 3 billion
But no one knew what
81
was going
satellite
on.
constellation, which is replacing Iridium's
Just seeing
current
that.
fleet of mobile voice and data relay stations. The launch meant a dazzling nighttime
Like,
display
what
for residents
the
in
fuck
Southern
is going on,
California.
you know?
In total, 10 satellites were carried into orbit by the Falcon 9. It's the final launch for
Yeah, I remember seeing it on the internet like that night on like Instagram or whatever, and just thinking like, it looks a lot like a little semen, like when you see the little videos.
It's just like a.
That was my
just wiggling
first
around.
thought. Like, pirate.
I don't know. It's something crazy that we're not used to seeing, and I feel like we'll probably see a lot more of things like this in the future. You know, I hope he inspires more people to think like that. You know, and try to think outside the box, so to speak. Think outside the planet. What is what I really meant. But
2017.
So you'd like
Iridium
to see more
Next network
semen going
mean
to
that
other
users can
planets
make
and trying to
satellite phone
impregnate
calls.
them with humans?
I don't know, man. I don't think that we should really have to concentrate on what's going on Mars. Like, concentrate on what the hell's going on Earth first. But I think if we're destroying this planet, we need to get the hell out of here. And there's something people aren't saying. You know, like, no, we're depleting our resources. Our resources are depleted or something. And, you know.
So let's go to planets with no resources.
Right. Right. Didn't he say we could live on Mars is no problem? And then he's like, living there is no problem.
Scientifically,
Getting there is the problem.
in theory, it's possible, but I don't know that it would be. I prefer a planet where photosynthesis is naturally occurring.
Okay, yeah. Like which planet
I like
in particular?
oxygen. Earth.
Earth, yeah. That's my preferred planet. Number one planet. My favorite planet is Earth.
Yep, for sure, man. It's a
It's
good
the
one.
best air. Straight up the best air you can breathe is planet Earth for sure.
Oxygen is dope.
Dude, I don't know. It's weird that there's like other planets that are like helium or nitrogen, but they're elements that we have here on Earth. You know? It's like, so how did like a bit of that planet get here or something, if you look at it that way? There's bits of every kind of like planet out there on there here, you know, like like iron. There's probably planets with like a crust of, you know what I mean? Like most planets are made of most of the same shit,
Yes.
but a lot of like, you know, fucking the air's different. You know, one's helium, like I said. You're breathing fucking carbon monoxide or something.
It's cool, man. It's all really cool.
I don't know. I have a little video I'd like to show everybody. It's a little song you wrote. Am I wrong?
Oh, yes. No, you're not wrong.
How long ago did you make this song?
I made this song a year ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. I dig it.
Yeah. It's neat. It's neato.
You fucking dork. All right, we'll be right back, guys. Enjoy the song. It is from the homeboy Mike D.
Oh shit, I'm not one more. That's not 11. to know. I need to know. Let it blow up. I need to know. Throw your hands up. If it's I need let it blow up. If it's low, throw your hands up. If it's low, let it blow up. If it's low, throw your hands up.
Yeah, man, that was pretty cool. I was listening to that the other day, and I thought it was pretty fucking neat, man.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's basically just about pushing life to the edge. How far is too far, you know?
Yeah.
Do you know? Do you know?
Yeah, you've always made kind of different style. I mean, every time you have a song that I hear, it's different. It's like either one's hip hop, that's rock, or this or that. You know, it's not just one thing. So
I always try to
cool.
start
That
with
was
like
definitely different from anything I've heard you do.
Abstract idea. I was listening to a lot of hip hop.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah, we have some hip hop fans around here. I might like it. What?
What are we listening to?
Oh, it's just a random mix of instrumental songs just to have in the background, so there's no dead air, of course.
Nice.
Little secret. Yeah.
Is this your music?
No, absolutely not. But it's copyright free.
Oh.
So, yeah, I can definitely use it. But I try not to pay attention to it. It's kind of just like it's in the background. But you've pointed it out, so I'll turn it down a little bit more. But yeah, thank you to everybody that's still rocking with us and hanging out tonight. It's pretty quiet out there. But if you're new and you're having a good time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get this going again every Friday. I'm not going to guarantee it. It's a little difficult to have something going myself, I would say. I don't know. But I could probably get something together next week. And, I don't know. I appreciate you coming by, Mike.
You're welcome.
Have a good night, guys. No, what was I going to say? So what the hell's going on with... What were you talking about earlier?
Talked about a lot.
No, you know what I mean.
Yeah, so I brought it up a little bit earlier. Like, you know, what's... Actually, I don't even want to talk about that. Let's talk about this, right? B.F. Skinner. You know who that is?
No idea.
Psychologist, right? And he was the one who started all the like different tests with lab rats.
Okay.
Like how they get food or they get a shock, right?
Yeah.
That whole thing. And then 1950s, what was it? I forget the dude's name, but he like changed the whole thing, right? And he made it so the rats could like hit they attached like wires or some shit to the brain, the pleasure center. Every time the rat would hit the pleasure center, it would be happy. And the rats started doing it over and over and over and over again until they'd stop eating. They wouldn't do anything else. Their whole life just became like pleasure center. That's all they cared about, right? And I guess like the study points out that like the rats weren't intelligent enough to like shut off that like pleasure center, like to the point where they'd kill themselves and their lives no longer contained any other meaning.
What's the name of the experiment called? Because I know of the experiment, but as far as the outcome, they
I don't know.
never.
I think if you type in like rats and pleasure center,
Yeah.
or something like that,
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
But it started with that dude B.F. Skinner, and then the.
But go on. Did you have? Do you?
Yeah. So
go
like,
on, go on.
I guess like what I was talking about earlier, like how it connects is like I'm really interested in like original thinking. And people who think differently than maybe the majority, and maybe they're not correct, but maybe they just have like something interesting to say, or like they bring up an interesting perspective. And I wonder how much longer that can survive for, with like our ability to communicate and shut down those ideas. And maybe we'll do it inevitably. And we're driven like you. If you watch YouTube, right, we're watching dumber shit than we watched in the 90s. And for the most part, right? The videos get the highest like hits or whatever. Like society will generally move towards like less intellectual, more pleasure center, more pleasure seeking. So like what does that do to the human brain? Like will the human brain in 2070 be less functionable or like capable than our brains now? And I think we like 1990s, 1980s, they might have been more higher functioning than us. They had to be creative. They couldn't just say, "Oh, I'll Google that." They had to know. You had to know something.
Yeah. And
you had to know how to talk about something. Like me, like all the time, I'm like, "Oh yeah, just Google that thing." They're like B.F. Skinner. I don't know the other guy's name. Just fucking Google it.
Right.
And it's not like I don't sound like an idiot because like I know it's on Google. You can look it up, but like no one's like, "Oh, I just don't know." Or like, I do know this thing. And, you know, you could easily tell who is intelligent, who is just sort of dumb. And now it's like everyone just Googles everything, right?
Right. That's a good way to think of, you know, like, I don't know, when people are just like how you just said, for an example, I would immediately just go to Google for the answer. You know, I'm like, yeah, it does kind of break down of who's smart, who's educated or not, because, you know, like, oh, hey, what's 50 times 50 or something? Not that's like stupid, like
calculator.
You know, calculator. Everyone knows that, but they're not going to be like, oh, the tools that they learned. Oh, they're not going to have a visual of carry this over
it's not
in their head. It's all everything's done for
externally.
them. Yeah, everything is thought of, and yeah, like Google.
So we have way more. We have all these tools, right? These external tools, but like, does that matter? I don't know.
Is it going to come into play in 70 years? Is what you're saying?
If we can effectively operate and control the tools, I would say maybe it doesn't matter. But if we're driven by like we have access to something that can like pleasure, maybe we just decide to become stupid.
Right. So like the whole thing is everyone thinks people get brainwashed by stuff like that. You know, like they'll consider it propaganda. Like everyone's, you know, like that. You know, like a rat keep coming back to something, but it's, you know, you're hypnotized kind of by it. You know, like McDonald's French fries. As soon as I smell them, I need to have them.
So good, right?
You know, exactly. And there's one down the street, and you know, that's why I use that for an example. It's kind of like that, even though it's horrible for you. It's just as soon as you have it's like your mouth starts watering no matter what, and you're just drawn to it. I'm not saying you're going to go out and buy them, but you know it's there, and you might click on it. You can drive by it and pop in.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like, yes, knowledge is at your fingertips, which is great. It's great, but I don't know how college works now. If I was in college, like, am I gonna cheat my way through college,
and you
or am I gonna fucking learn? You know, like, am I gonna use that like an ethical way of thinking? You know, like, I don't know.
Is it thinking, and is it not thinking? Like, as your teacher, if that is how you're choosing to survive and choosing to be a human,
yeah.
And these are the tools you're always going to have, am I limiting you by saying you can't do that? Or should I encourage you to become better at doing that, since that's like you use that extension of your brain? And so then like the technique you use is more important than the individual ability to come up with those answers yourself.
But what do you suggest to be able to do other than have the scapegoat of like Google or something? Do you know what I'm saying? What are you trying to, like, as far as thinking? Yes, I can think, but the guy that you mentioned, there would be no fucking possible way I would know who that was unless I had a class that specifically brought him up, or within the internet, me being on the internet, you know, fucking, I would have seen him. You know, there's
I don't know.
way.
I would suggest that. This doesn't really answer your question, but
I don't know if this goes along with what you're saying, right?
Well, I would suggest that, like, human brains might have been more capable on an individual level. No. Certainly not on a collective level, but I don't know, 20, 30 years ago. So I don't know if it makes it you better or worse. I wouldn't necessarily say that because who knows?
Smarter or dumber, you mean?
I mean, we're clearly smarter in regards to we have access to all this information. We know how to utilize the tools to get that information. So, but
why is there college?
So why is there a college?
There's YouTube, dude. You know, but you're not getting a degree out there. Like, there's all this knowledge out there. There's all this history. Like, I could learn about every single president today if I wanted to. I wouldn't have to go to the library and find a book and read about this guy. So that's just
information, though, right?
Yeah, but that's if I wanted to write, if I had to write a paper about George Washington and I didn't know a goddamn thing about him, I'd Google him, and not word for word, but I could get his whole history, good and bad, enough to write a paper on it right now. I wouldn't have to go out to the library, do research, grab 5 books, you know, written 50 years ago. You know, I'm going based off of, you know, people are still learning shit about him or something, you know?
That's where, like, I think that's important because what I think Google and the internet gives us the ability to do is access information. Yeah, however, it doesn't necessarily, it could tell us what to do with that information.
Yeah.
However, I think what college should do is teach you methods and ways to, like, process and explain that information, and what maybe teach you a better way to analyze that information. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because if you're trusting the internet, for lack of a better term, you're trusting an algorithm. Right. You're trusting someone else who's already, like, computed this is how you should process this information.
Well, and anything, you don't know what the hell you're reading depending on which website you're on. You're like, oh, wait, I can't go based on this, like, New York Post or whatever everyone hates, New York Times or something, right? Isn't there a newspaper that everyone's like, oh, you can't trust their opinion? Washington Post. It's like, you stick to your brand of paper because that's your, you know.
I don't trust any papers, though. I read a lot. Well, I think that's the thing. That's how you stay, like, independent. That's how you keep your mind independent, is by reading as much as you can and assuming everyone's full of shit until they can convince you otherwise, right?
Yeah. I mean, but you're not gonna, unless you're reading fucking books. Open a book. I think that's the answer. You know, grab a fucking book, but most of the time you're going to be reading a novel. You're not going to be reading, like, unless you have something to do research.
I don't think it matters what you read. I think if you just read and analyze it, it's a good thing. Right?
Yeah, of course, 100%.
Because you either have one of two conversations. You either agree or you disagree.
Yeah.
And then you have to continue to go through, like, you're exposed to someone else's thinking. Great thing. That's empathy, right?
Yeah.
Teaches us how to, like, get along, how to be in someone else's head for a little while. Or you just disagree with everything.
Well, it's like,
makes you mad.
There's no way to, like, you can disagree with somebody, but the facts are just instantly at your fingertips. Is that what you're trying to say? Like, oh, no, you're wrong. Like, as far as disagreeing with someone? What are you saying?
I'm saying it's good to read and disagree with someone. It's good to, like, get upset.
Yeah.
And it helps you, like, solidify your own beliefs, right?
I would say, yeah. Shout out to Canadian Basement. Sorry, I saw that out of the corner of my eye in the chat. Killing it, too. Dave25 still fucking rocking it here. For those of you just joining us, Mike D in the hot seat tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Give us a call later and we'll set you up on a date with him. No, he just had his 10-year fucking anniversary last week, so congratulations to you, my friend. I mean,
Thank you, sir.
I'm fucking proud. I'm proud to know a successful marriage.
10-year marriage.
Yep. I was at that wedding, remember?
It was an awesome wedding.
You're like, nope, don't remember because I saw you for 3 fucking seconds. Yeah, man, that was a shit show, huh?
My wedding was not a shit show.
No.
What the fuck, dude?
I'm saying me being able to see you. Obviously, you're not thinking about me being there. You're thinking about your bride
I was like
and your
looking
wedding,
into my
everything.
wife's eyes all night.
Yeah, I was too.
Couldn't believe.
Listen, I didn't say that.
10 years. I had married the most amazing woman.
Women?
Woman.
I thought you said women.
Woman.
We're not in Utah, pal.
Woman.
Yeah, I've married the most amazing women.
Amazing woman.
Yeah,
She's awesome.
That's awesome.
Shout out to my wife who's not watching this shit.
I feel like I married the most amazing woman, though.
Yeah, but you didn't. I did.
But yeah, okay. I mean, agree to disagree. You probably did, though.
Yeah, my wedding was a shit show.
Hey, I think I was drinking at that time, but I was with somebody. I went to this guy's wedding, right, guys? So I was visiting from California. I wasn't even living out here, and the whole plan of my trip was revolved around your wedding. To get to your wedding, have enough time, and then I was leaving. I wasn't even back here for a week, dude. And it was for your fucking wedding. So I made your wedding at least, you know.
I remember seeing you there.
Yeah. So I came to your wedding, and the guy that who was I was with, a date, our tattoo artist buddy, and then his date or whatever, his girl. And they just wanted to leave like right after. I do. All right, we gotta go.
It's frowned upon. You shouldn't do that.
It's like
paid for all your guys' meals.
Yeah, the reception.
My wife was like, "What the fuck?" They left.
Dude, it's like $50 a plate. Honestly, I don't know how offended because we didn't have a big wedding. You know, we just had the whole ishmishmeh. I do.
I didn't really care. I was like, "Yeah, they couldn't stay." She's like, "They're not supposed to. You're not supposed to do that."
Yeah, I would be kind of pissed. You know, and I felt really bad. I think I probably even told you, or I didn't tell you. I felt bad. I don't know if I did. I probably might have told you.
I don't
later.
think I've gotten like a proper apology. Am I gonna get one right now on air?
Michelle, Michael, people call you.
I'm joking.
I publicly apologize for dipping out on your wedding reception.
I'm not good at accepting apologies.
10 fucking years ago today, I am apologizing for something that happened 10 years ago.
You can tell this has been like heavy on your heart.
I was thinking about it for a week. I was like, fuck, man. I know he's been thinking about this, you know. But shit, good to have Canadian Basement here. I haven't talked to that dude in a while. There's this guy. It's actually a picture of him in a bear suit. He's a furry.
So what furries like go in the woods and cuddle each other, right, with tails? They have like tails and shit.
No, I don't know what like. So like they have like those conventions.
I'm not
talking about him. So
wait, is he really a furry?
No, I was joking, but I said he was in a bear costume.
It seems fun.
He's the fucking man.
Huh? I'd like to wear a comfortable costume and like
naked, like being a mascot.
You're naked? You're in a costume. You're naked in the costume.
But I can imagine they're fucking people always say they're the hottest things in the wearing a mascot's thing. I wouldn't want to wear clothes underneath that thing. Just imagine wearing a fucking blanket over you in the summer or like something, you know?
Can we look up a video? Like, what do they do?
Mascots?
I imagine them like dancing and cuddling. You call them mascots? Aren't they called furries?
Oh, furries. What's up?
The truth about furries. Just Google it, man.
You want to see just
whatever information we're gonna find right now? A real furry's like, no, fuck that shit. It's not what I do.
I don't want to see like a rated X fucking thing. Yeah, but these are actual like ones that they go to a convention or something. You know, this is what you would see at a convention, and they take time. They comb their fucking things, and I gotta make sure I don't go on like a fucking rated R picture. Yeah, see like this one.
That's.
But
that's what they do, right? It's like they date and they like.
Yeah, they date. I'm seeing
they
all
get
the
to be their true self or like their spirit animal, and you don't have to look at their ugly face.
Yeah, I guess that's. What the fuck? Did I type in furries or what? Furries? Furries. How do you spell it?
You're
Yeah, like why is it only coming up with like 2 or 3 of them? You get these ones are Walmart furries right here. But I think it's, it's not publicly acceptable to just go out to Starbucks and wear
costume.
that. That it's kind of more of a convention thing. Like a brony. What is it? Is it a brony?
So you go to a convention? I thought it was way cooler than that. This is not impressing me at all.
Yeah.
I thought like these people are meeting out in the woods, like licking each other's
Well, look at this.
faces.
Actually, this isn't a convention. It seems like a street filled with furries right here. So I think
Getting back to like some primalistic, like dancing around fires.
no, I don't think they're like seeking their inner animal. I don't know if it's all about that. I think it might be just like a sexual thing or because look at this, man. Come on, they're they have fucking like little trap doors for their genitalia. I know that.
So they're just bored.
Yeah, so I don't know why we're seeing the same pictures. Yeah, man, furries, it's a thing. Same as bronies.
I don't know what a brony is.
All right, a brony. So there's grown men out there. All right, we're gonna explain this to you. There's grown men out there that are into like My Little Pony and shit like that, and their fucking group or whatever, they're called bronies. Hipsters, bronies.
And they're specifically into My Little Pony.
Yes, grown men into My Little Pony.
I don't get it.
You don't get it. Yeah, so it's.
And they meet up. They're like, you like My Little Pony, I like My Little Pony.
This has been going on forever.
Let's hang out. Of course that guy likes My Little Pony.
Yeah, so like most people watching, I'm sure, know what a brony is.
Yeah, I've shown the Comedy Worries is that this is all it is. We really, really like a show. We like a show so much that we buy a lot of merchandise. We make our own characters.
Yeah.
Marcus's character is called Scribble.
My character
That's cute.
is a writer.
So what these guys do is I think they attach themselves to like a specific.
That kind of stuff, really.
All of us tend to rally round and
So they're just like collectors.
the kind of people we are.
They just collect the.
But they watch it. They like attach themselves to the show, the storyline. They like the characters. They're in love with it.
Like that guy just looks creepy. I don't know if it's because he's British or hasn't taken a bath recently.
I think that's just the idea behind it, dude. I think most bronies are pretty fucking creepy that I've seen on television.
Not really into showering that often.
Yeah, but they have conventions with those guys. So picture a Comic-Con like you'd see around here, San Diego Comic-Con. What those are. These guys have their own conventions swayed for them. So I'm not saying around here. I think it's probably one place in the country once a year, but they'll all meet up there. They'll buy tickets. They have documentaries on this shit. This is why I know so much about it. So if you jump into a wormhole on YouTube, you can find out anything.
So how many hours have you dedicated to watching documentaries on bronies?
If it grosses me out, sure enough, I know a lot about it. If it's like, oh, that's disgusting, I need to know everything about it. How do trannies get their penises? All right, shout out to Gorilla Strong for actually sending me. This dude sent me a fucking how a sex change is operated. He fucking DM'd me this video. This is months back. I'm not gonna show it because it's disgusting, but it showed the actual how a sex change is performed.
I want to see furry as art culture.
Who said it was art culture?
Killing it. Said look up furries art culture.
God. Yeah, see, that dude's from Australia right there. Shout out, killing it, man. Good to have you here. Hope everything's working out great for you down there, mate.
How do you know where they're from? Do you like interview them and they?
Well, most of the people that I'll interact with on here, we talk to each other on Twitter or something like that. So we've engaged in other chats.
Hey, mate.
Good. Shut the fuck up, dude. You're just gonna butcher it, huh? G'day, mate.
I'm terrible.
Hello there, governor. Like, no, that's British, dude, and awful. What is he saying? What did he say? Furry culture or brony art culture?
No, furry. I think it's.
No, he said bronies, I think, man. Did he say brony?
Furries art culture. 10:11 p.m.
A brony friendship is magic. This guy knows about it too. See, the sick and twisted things in the world, it's you need to know about them to not respect, not necessarily have a respect for it, but just to be like, that's why it's weird.
Well, I'm
You can't just
happy.
be like,
I'm
"That's
happy people have those weird outlets if that's what they desire. Like,
Yeah.
we all have energy, right? Moves, drives us. People want to use that energy to look at pink ponies. Go for it. Look at that guy.
Yeah, this is. I hope this is what I was supposed to be looking up. I don't know.
Like, that guy moves in next door.
Yeah. If this guy's like, hey, I'm just having a few friends over. We're going to be watching My Little Pony tonight.
I'm instantly like, you look at one of my fucking kids, I'm punching you in the face.
What if, yeah, he's playing in a sandbox at a playground where your daughter, like, you're bringing your daughter and you're like, oh, never mind. You know, she's bringing her My Little Ponies and he's like, oh, I have that one. You've got the vintage sparkler. You know, but that's Tekashi 6ix9ine's hair. So you're saying
6ix9ine is
this
way cooler though.
No way. So that's the white
Whippy, yippee, I'm a
All right,
sippy,
look,
yeah.
This guy right here compared to Tekashi 6ix9ine.
It's way cooler. And he tells people to suck his dick.
No. All right, so
he has 6ix9ine tattooed on his face.
All right. So you're saying this guy right here, right? Tekashi. Right.
It's not the picture I would have gone with, but whatever.
You know what, Doug? Fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
That guy's way creepier.
He's way fucking creepier. So him or Tekashi right there, it's like the same thing. Right?
No.
There you go. I'm trying to split screen it, but it's not allowing me. There you go. No one can see it. Shit. Sorry, guys. So this, who's Tekashi 6ix9ine?
A rapper, the best
No, I'm
rapper
saying
from
out of
New York.
out of those two guys, no one knows.
Self-proclaimed best rapper from
So
New
I
York.
think Tekashi's like the
King of New York.
He's definitely a brony. You know, that's for sure.
Yeah, he could be. I mean, he looks the part.
We've established Tekashi 6ix9ine is definitely a brony. That's a fact, Mike.
He's not as creepy as those other. Like, that guy is creepy.
There's no hiding it, Mike.
I don't think I'd let Tekashi 6ix9ine near my kids either, though.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh shit. Damn. Yeah, what do you think about mumble rap and all that? You know, do you think that's moving the? You're a fan of Kanye.
Love Kanye.
And, that song with Lil Pump in it, but
I love it.
You think it's good for the youth though?
For the youth.
As far as
I mean, what were you listening to as a youth? Like, I listened to whatever I could. It's just
anything.
it's just a raunchy song.
Yeah, it's just. I'm just saying, you know, the culture, not hip hop culture, but the whole culture of doing drugs.
Such a fucking hoe. I love it.
I mean, I've heard it. I can see why it's catchy, but that's exactly what people are trying to move away from, right? Like bashing, like treating women like that, talking about women like, you know, hoes, bitches. Didn't hip hop move away from that kind of shit? And he's just
will hip hop ever really move away from that?
I'm not. No,
because people argue like both ways, right? Like hip hop's supposed to reflect the culture, it's supposed to reflect the urban environment these youth have to grow up in.
Yeah.
And then it's always like, we need, like, I read articles on The Atlantic about Kanye, and they're like, he's such a misogynistic asshole. It's like, what? I don't know.
Yeah, but
how will hip hop ever separate itself from that? I don't know. Man. Will humans ever separate themselves from that? I don't know. We're all sort of.
But I think
we're always going to be assholes.
That's what hip hop culture is now. Like, it's not gangster rap, rims, and fucking loudspeakers. It's just going around being kind of ignorant and just, you know, that's pretty much what mainstream hip hop is, right?
Yeah, it's sonically very different. Like the way that it sounds, the way that it makes you feel. I feel like I don't know, mumbling it, like I might even argue that's like philosophical. Like maybe they just feel like they have nothing left to say, or like they don't need to say it clearly, or like
it's more about the beat or something.
It's more about the feeling, the way it makes you feel, right? Like
I think a lot of the songs, I'll admit, some of the beats are awesome, but what they're saying,
cool. And then like from our era, we're like, oh, we need to hear like some like bars over this or something.
I'm old. I think I'm old. I don't get it. I don't get that type of music. And I mean, there's obviously we're the same age, and if not, I think you're older, for Christ's sakes. It's not it doesn't have to be an age thing. It's
I'm 47.
You're proof that you are 47. That's when I met you in West Hollywood on Santa Monica when you were picking up a tranny hooker. That's when I met you first time, remember?
Well.
No, but I don't know. It's pretty wild, man. Wild. Shit, shout out to, oh shit, Mr. Cow. It's been a while, homie. I hope you're doing good out there, man. Fucking dude's a man. Good to see you. Fucking, I'll smoke one for you, actually. I'll pack this bad Larry up. If you don't mind. Mike, you don't mind if we go ahead and talk about politics, do you now? Because I know Hillary Clinton is someone that you think about all the time, right?
I never think about Hillary Clinton.
Fuck you, cocksucker. Fuck you, cocksucker. I just missed Joey Diaz. You don't even know
I haven't been following politics as much, but I know that like the FBI report came back. Kavanaugh is getting in, right? People are pissed about that.
Yeah, this dude.
I'm upset.
Yeah, they're talking about because I think he used to drink beer through his butt in college or something like that. They're making a big deal about that.
I saw a clip on Instagram. He's just like, I liked beer, still like beer. And I was like, yeah, me too.
Yeah, I mean,
but I read an article about like these parties that they go to on the Atlantic coast, where just like all the parents would leave and like a bunch of beach houses would be occupied by basically graduating high school students getting ready for college, and just like it was lightly policed, and like most of the kids just got a slap on the wrist if they did anything.
Where?
It just said the Atlantic coast. So I
probably
actually,
the fucking Hamptons or some like
that's
Jersey Shore.
Logical.
You know.
Yeah. So they're just having they're like allowed to party, and shit went down, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, like FBI came up with a report that said nothing happened, but I don't know.
What was this in reference to?
That he put his hand over her mouth and tried to have sex with her.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And this was how many years ago? Fucking 30 years ago?
Yeah.
So he put his hand over it. And that's the thing, college culture back then. I'm not saying it was rape culture, because I think rape culture is just a made-up thing. But guys were definitely, and they probably still are, very aggressive in frats and college environment in general. You know, they're there to do one thing, and well, two, get drunk and get laid, right? They don't care about their education.
Yeah, biologically, that's, I mean...
Most dudes, right?
That's what's going on at that time.
Biological, right. That your penis is doing a lot of the thinking when you're trying to research as well. Dude, you're thrown out there. Think, I've never been to college, right? If I was thrown out into a university, like I've lived vicariously through friends that are like, oh, you've been to this college. I'm like, damn. If I went to UCLA, man, like, that was, you know, if I was 21 or 19, 18, whatever year you go to college, I mean, just the chicks, dude. Chicks, man. That's the only thing that would have been on my mind back then, man, is the chicks, bro.
Yeah, but you need to treat them right, man.
I know, and that's the thing. There's motherfuckers like this, but you got to be careful. Yeah, I've never fucking been aggressive and stuff like that. And when back then, even most guys don't even think of. I'm not saying most guys, but say if a guy fucking rapes a chick, right?
Well,
hopefully.
you said it.
Huh?
You said it.
I said it, but you know, and he thinks he's going to get away with it, and then 20 years go by, he's like, nothing's going to come back to bite me. And then all of a sudden, boom, a movement, quote unquote, that's going on right now in a guy in power. It's like, hey, I know that fucking guy. You know, he held me down and fucking tried to fuck me. Came back and bit him in the ass. He never thought this would happen. You know, it's like, it's been years. It's been years, and it happens to so many people. And should we take that one person's side? You know, it seems like...
Well, it's he said, she said at this point, right? We have the
Right.
FBI looking into it. Nothing's coming up.
Right. But now that guy...
We do have, like, people from school confirming that he liked to party a little bit more than he let on.
So... He was younger. I liked the party a lot. I tamed down. I don't even drink alcohol anymore, man. I don't look down on it. I just don't drink alcohol anymore. But when I did, I fucking loved it. You know, and I liked to party. Not I loved it, but yeah, I mean, if he did what that girl was saying he did, yeah, fuck him. You know, and he's an asshole. You know, if the allegations are true. But this day and age, that situation in particular, and I think who else was it? Chris Hardwick, I think, before that. It was just like one person said something, and he was getting treated like he was Bill Cosby, kind of. You know, like having 50 victims speak out against him. It's like, no, that was just one person that allegedly said he did something wrong. She could be batshit nuts. And I'm not saying you shouldn't believe a woman's testimony or something like that, but... You never fucking know, but it used to be, it was groups of people, now it's down to one person getting, like, you know, we're taking one person's word for it, as opposed to fucking a crowd.
Yeah.
What the hell? There's no trial and jury now.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
I don't know, like, I'm glad it's not my job to decide, like.
Yeah. It's touchy.
It's very touchy. Because you don't want to incriminate someone or, like, make them pay for something they didn't do. And there's been a lot of time, and like, oh, now I see you. Now I'm going to say, because I see you, like, getting this position. And something should have been said. And maybe before wasn't the right time. So I'm glad I'm not walking that tightrope.
Yeah, that's honestly a different side of life that...
But we are as a country, right? And we're talking about it, like...
Right, but we're
how do we make good decisions? So, like, I guess that's what I'm talking about earlier. Like, as a human, being able to think, listen to his story, listen to her story, have the FBI look into it. Is the human brain capable of coming up with, like, a reality and then making an informed decision off that? No, we're not. We can't see into the past. We are left to make judgments based off, like, our perspective, our viewpoints, our experiences, and we could make mistakes, right?
But the culture, society, I would say, doesn't look at it like that. There's no mistakes. It's kind of just you fucked up, and you know we're gonna not just sweep it under the rug. We're gonna bury you under the rug, kind of thing. You know. Yes, we all make mistakes, but rape is not a mistake.
Oh yeah,
if he really did it, but yeah, like taking one person's word for it, it's like you're really gonna. I just don't get that.
We can't scientifically solve this problem now. It's too much time.
But
right?
the FBI is really looking into it now, though. It's like, okay, just because he's this person, the FBI is gonna. What about all these other cases of these alleged assaults, or and there's both sexes involved in shit in this, but what's going on right now, stories like this don't stand a chance. It's just you're automatically swayed to think what you're.
That's why it's so attractive. You can't be right if you say it did happen or it didn't happen or it's likely to have happened. You can't. There's no absolute. Yeah. So it becomes like a very politically infused discussion. People get very emotional about it because rape is a serious thing, and no one wants people running around raping people and then running for office.
Of course, yeah,
it's fucking horrific.
Making big decisions,
but you can't. No one. Too much time has gone by, so you can't know. So it becomes attractive. People are like, "Oh, I could take this side. I could take this side," and then we can't. No one knows.
But at the same time, it being on Saturday Night Live and I think most people's decision is already he's a fucking goofball.
We want the
we're
pleasure.
not going to take him seriously.
We get the
now.
pleasure out of not knowing, about disagreeing.
I know.
That's why this story gets hyped, and it's political.
Yeah, it's political, and that's the kind of the trend right now, to like make anybody that's not a liberal, so to speak, look like a bozo.
I mean,
in any way they can, even like, you drank too much.
And if you're a Republican, you seem insensitive and like you don't give a shit about women, which is not entirely true.
Right. If you're, because of the label, if you say that you're a label, people are just going to say, oh, they'll pull out the list. Oh, this is what you're, blah, 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 blah. No. Just because you vote for that doesn't mean you're a Republican, right wing, all that shit. We don't have to change the subject into that, but I don't know. It's fucking stupid.
Fucking dumb.
Fuck. Do I swear a lot? I've been
No.
seeing a speech therapist, and
It's really just encouraged me to swear a little bit more. Let out just like a little bit more emotion.
my brother literally worked on the background check for Kavanaugh. He was pissed off when all this happened because nobody
Corroborates
her testimony. He has been miserable. Yeah, I believe it. I can't see that far. That's why I'm like...
Yeah, people are giving him a hard time for yelling. I'd be yelling. Like, you're attacking his reputation and his pride.
Like, what I've worked for my whole fucking life is coming down to this?
Like, if I
Come on.
was being falsely accused, I'd flip out too.
It's not... It doesn't matter who the fuck, like, what you do for your profession. It's... Obviously, we're going to want to slander a politician more than a fucking musician. Like if it came out that Steven Tyler was a fucking...
I'd like to slander anyone who makes more money than me
rapist.
personally.
Huh? Yeah, I think we all do. I think we all...
You make more money than me? Yeah, you need to pay, you need to pay for this crime.
Dude, I was watching a WWE clip of Donald Trump the other day, right?
A WWE clip of Donald Trump.
Right.
Awesome.
So 10 years ago, not even 10 years ago, the wife and I were watching this last night, I think. I would play it, but they're strict on their fucking WWE content. So anyone out there can go look this up. He was in the ring getting fired by Vince McMahon, but the crowd is eating Donald Trump up. The crowd is full audience. They got signs there cheering for Donald Trump because he took over. I don't know the whole storyline behind it, but I'm just like, you see this? You see, because of the situation, they love him because of You're Fired, all this, and The Apprentice. It's like, what happened to people? I'm not saying you're supposed to love him, but
sure.
Yeah, now when he takes the political seat, that we're all like, yeah, that's a bullshit place. Fuck Bush. Fuck all these people that have been there. Now that he's taken that seat, it's like, oh, fuck Trump now.
People blindly subscribe to tribism.
Yeah. It's because of the slander along the way, too, of the way he treated women and all that. There's
didn't
more
matter,
things
though,
that came out, of course,
In hip-hop culture, he's not really... people hate him right now. But
Of course,
people used
yeah.
to rap about him, wanting to be like him because he had all the money. They didn't want to see him as their president necessarily.
Right. I think Puff Daddy and stuff, they're friends with P. Diddy. I was thinking Puff Daddy. Who the fuck calls him Puff Daddy, man?
Sean Combs.
Mace, Puff Daddy, Biggie, Lil Kim, all the bad boy players,
All of
I
them.
love
They're
them
all friends with Donald Trump. Can you confirm this?
I think it's just New York, man. Jay-Z, I'm sure they all wined and dined
hang
together
out.
back in the day. Come on now, man.
DT.
Rich motherfucker. He's friends with Vince McMahon. You think... Vince McMahon's not putting politics on TV now, as far as, he's not gloating about being friends with Donald Trump. Because I think if he did, he's definitely friends with Donald Trump. But if that was put out there in the public, do you think that company would be doing that good? Because I'm sure his views are a lot, pretty similar to Donald Trump. Because I think once you have a certain amount of money, you become a little cuckoo anyway,
Reading these comments.
What? Old school, son. Feel free to read anything out, man, if it catches your eye, too. Mr. Cow saying, man, tough job. I seriously don't see how it goes this long and nothing changed yet. Crazy. This will 7 or 8 investigations. The Kavanaugh thing. Is that what he's talking about? Kavanaugh. Is that German?
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Is that
Sounds-
Nazi German?
Sounds
Nazi?
slightly German.
Nazi? She's Nazayan.
That sounds nice.
Naze. No, they would not. Yeah, right. If they were really called the Nazes, would we be that pissed at them? You know, I mean, what'd chat say? Some background. Oh, it's talking amongst themselves. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, we ate Donald Trump up 10 years ago, and now it's like, no, he's a fucking racist. Fuck this guy. He's a misogynist. He's everything under the fucking sun. He's turning this country into this and that.
I mean, he is a goofball.
He is. I'm not saying. That's why we laughed at him. It's like, dude, he's a fucking goofy looking person in the first place. If you look at his hair's been the same since I can remember, you know?
Awesome.
It's the first thing you see. But yeah, he's obviously made maybe bad decisions and maybe some good decisions. I'm not going to fucking voice my political stance and shit, but, you know, it's like, from what I talk about him, I'm sure you can see where I stand for the most part, you know? I don't know. I don't draw the line of I'm taking that party, this party kind of thing. And I don't think people should, man. I think it's really fucking weird that you have to follow a guideline to be a certain way.
Yeah, I had a lot of trouble with that, especially when I was like 19, 20, 21. Like, I felt like I'm like, I agree with this and this. Why do I have to pick a side?
I like boys and girls. Fuck, is that what you're saying? Fucking Jesus Christ. No, I know exactly what you're saying, but I just knew Democrat and Republican back then. That's what you grew up knowing. There wasn't an independent. Huh?
The pizza party.
The pizza party.
It's a real group.
Yeah, but they'll never be considered something serious, right?
Does it matter?
Yeah, libertarian, all this shit. There's different colors now, but there's every fucking color in the sun.
But none of them seem like anything new.
That's what I'm saying. They're not. They've been there. The parties have been there, but
They're
we've
just
just been
more
raised to
extreme
think left
versions
or
of-
right.
Yeah.
You know, we've just been in our history books, left or right, Republican, Democrat. You know, because there's no one really that has grabbed the chair, the throne from right.
And maybe
Has there been independent presidents?
good citizens are able to choose left or right a little more easily. I always grew up, like, we listened to punk rock or alternative music, did alternative things.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe that makes it difficult. I think if you're an alternative person, you may be more empathetic to both sides of whatever.
I don't know, man.
Whatever you're involved in.
I mean, there's people I've grown up with that think completely different than I do, kind of, on subjects. I'm like, you really think the opposite of what I think on that? I'm like, we're raised the same or something, you know?
Of course, 1% milk is better.
No, fuck that. I think that's what I drank growing up,
Tastes like
2%.
It's the water, right? I don't know. I'm lactose
Whole
intolerant.
milk used to just make me want to barf as a kid. It was just disgusting. You go
Whole
over
milk?
someone's house and they were drinking milk for dinner. It's like you have to drink milk
Milk
for
is
dinner.
gross, dude.
Milk
It's
is
just
the
cow cum.
nastiest fuck. And it took us how long to figure out? Oh yeah, it's the it's cow fucking pus. It's pus. Filtered fucking pus.
I'm like so happy I'm lactose intolerant.
Are you now?
I am.
You know,
I don't
it's
touch that
something
shit.
happens with age too. Like I'm lactose intolerant pretty much now. I eat ice cream all the time. It doesn't help, but
Just get belly aches and shit.
yeah, cheese. I could do the cheese, but you'll never catch me drinking a glass of milk. It's just the nastiest thing. I can't. Hey, can I have a nice cold glass of milk, man? Just milk burps, milk fucking bubbles coming out your throat and shit. You know, it's just like just that back of your throat feeling with milk, man. Eating dinner with it. No thanks, man.
Nope.
No thanks. Yeah, milk, fucking pus and.
You ever see
infection.
like there's a meme that's like, I wonder how weird the first guy who found milk was. Like,
He's starving. He was on the verge of death and was like, God damn it! This cow did it, so I can do it. You know, it was probably a goat. I'm sure it was a goat
Goat
first,
started with
right?
goat.
My goat.
started with the dick first.
Yeah. They're like, you suck the male. You suck. It's like, oh, this goat only has one udder, you know, but I'm still getting milk from it. And then, it became a thing. And then we brought it to America. And then we were like, oh, these things are bigger. They must have more in the tank, you know, to give us. Fucking
Wait,
fuck goats.
Are you arguing that milk is American?
Milk?
America made that.
I think goat's milk's more popular in other countries, right?
Cow milk, yeah, we had a lot to do with beef.
I think we're more of a I think a cheeseburger is fucking pretty damn American, bro. Milk is dope. Come on now. What do you drink with the Oreos, homies? Yo, man, I'm drinking that that Stop and Shop brand almond milk, son. You know what I'm saying?
I think almond milk is way better in coffee.
Yeah. See, I don't drink anything in coffee. It's
I typically drink it black, but almond milk, if I do like add something, it's the best taste.
It's a little watery for me to add. I've had it, but yeah, man, I can see what you're saying as far as dipping them fucking Oreo cookies. There was nothing better, I think. Chocolate milk. It's masking up that milk flavor. That's why it's like, yeah, I could drink coffee milk, chocolate milk,
or I could just go get a ice cream sundae.
Yeah. Or I just could get fucking almond milk instead. I don't know. Or because I guarantee if I drank a glass of milk, it would come out the same way it went in. Like a fire hose, bro.
Milk. It's gross.
I think it's not even. It's obviously sold all the time, but it expires really fucking quick. You drink sour milk. I've ruined bowls of cereal as a kid. You one day after the expiration date, you're like, should I risk it? The smell of milk was always weird to me anyway.
I will never smell milk.
You'll never do a milk chugging
My kids
challenge?
will be like, Dada, will you smell the milk? Make sure it's okay. I'm like, nope. Fucking wake someone else up.
That's what I'm saying. I will never. I was gonna say that. Yeah, that's what. Will you check to see if this is bad? No, absolutely not. Because if it's good, it still smells bad.
Ugh,
there's no good smell to milk either. Dad,
it's like one of the few things I won't do as a dad is like smell milk. It's like it.
I'll smell the diaper to check to see if there was a poopy. But yeah, checking the bottle to see if it's been sitting in the sun all day. No thanks.
No, not doing it. That's where I draw the line.
How many times have your kids spilt milk in their car? That's something you never give. That's like I'm not even a parent, and I can just tell you, do not give your fucking kids dairy in the car.
I would never.
If you don't have to.
No, we don't even let our kids like drink in our car.
Yeah, the dealership I worked at, there was so many people that would come in. Can you detail the car? And they would have to leave it there for a couple days and have the doors open with this machine in it.
It's so gross.
They'd take out their back seat because of the smell of milk. In the summer, too, you'd be at the other end of the shop, right, at this dealership, and you'd just get a whiff. Oh, they're cleaning out a car that someone spilt milk or left food in the trunk or something,
I would quit.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting, but I mean, yeah, I'm not going to say deny your kids a fucking meal. Deny your kids fucking...
I do that anyways. It's like a standard punishment.
How does breast milk smell? That's what I wonder. I smell regular cow's milk. No idea. Okay.
No, I don't smell.
617.
You know, it was actually like we have that
237-6249.
Peaceful Meadows. You ever been there?
Yes.
The one in Bridgewater. Is it Bridgewater?
Whitman, I think.
Whitman.
Hanson.
Somewhere over there.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Anyways, my parents used to take me as a child. It's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
You'd be like, let's get an ice cream, and I'm lactose intolerant, but I'd eat ice cream every once in a while. Yeah. And then be like, all right, now we're gonna go see the cows, and I'd be eating the ice cream, like smelling like fucking milk and cow shit and hay, and just like watching the cows eat their hay like slobs. And every time I'd be like, and then everyone in my family would be like, oh, there's Mike, he's gonna go run to the field again.
Yeah.
And just go yak.
It's a fucking
worst. And we did it like over and over again. I don't know. Torture, man. Yeah. I don't know why that exists. Like, this is where...
now that you're pointing it out, that's like a Larry David moment in my head right now, because it's like something nice and peaceful. It's called Peaceful fucking Meadows, right? And it's like, all right, well, but it smells disgusting. It's rotten milk. It's
like McDonald's having like chickens being like, this is where your food comes from.
Yeah. And why would you want to see that? Yeah, this is where we plug the udders into and stuff. But no, I don't drink Silk Mr. Cow. It's all, like I said, Almond Breeze, preferably, but if it's on sale. But yeah, milk is...
Here's your daddy's penis. This is where you came from.
That's another thing. Yeah. That's another thing, though. Like, the internet gave me the information to be like, yeah, I'm making the decision to not drink milk, too. I don't think it's good for me. You know, like
Oh,
that's
so you were able to figure out you're lactose intolerant
from
per the internet. WebMD.
Well, I mean, the diagnosis. It's like the diagnosis. Like, well, I'm eating ice cream. I'm drinking milk. Like, if I was having dairy at the time, like I didn't really drink milk that much anyway. But you know, ice cream particularly, I would get a little rumble in the belly right away. And sometimes I still do, but it's like
ready to rumble.
Oh man, yeah. I'd have Mr. Softy coming out the other end. You know what I mean? Hey. But yeah, you could look up to any diagnosis, but that's the scary thing. You shouldn't self-diagnose yourself.
No, that's
on
not
the internet.
obviously not
That's
good.
the worst thing, and that's a bad thing right there because that can cause like a paranoid thing in somebody. If you're diagnosing like, oh, what's this fucking
You
cut?
could treat
this thing right here. Oh.
treat it incorrectly.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything, but oh, I got ringworm. It's a
No,
fucking ingrown hair,
literally
dude.
syphilis.
Yeah, and you're trying to self-medicate, self-treat yourself. I mean, if there's, I do it myself. I first thing I do is like, fuck, what is something happened to my dog's nail? We clipped it and he started bleeding. Like, what's the best way to stop it from bleeding? You can look up important
You
things
look your
like
dog
that.
right in the face and you say, "Man, the fuck up right now."
Fuck up and stop getting blood all over my fucking house. Dude, it looked like
I didn't
Texas
rescue
Chainsaw
your
Massacre.
ass, so you could be such a bitch about this.
Exactly. That was a nightmare, man. Clipped his nail. This was a couple weeks
It's
ago.
always the worst. And they do that high pitch, like.
It was. He was just like, no one gives a fuck, but
My voice doesn't go that high, but
mine does, but not right now. But yeah, clipped it, man, and we had him on the bed in the sheets, like a light gray sheets, just blood all over him. Had to throw him out, just splatter of blood, just puddle of blood on the floor. I'm like, like everywhere, from downstairs on the couch. That's why there's he tracked blood everywhere, dude. We were cleaning blood for hours, washing everything, man. It was awful. Felt bad. He was fine. It just turned him for a second, but it was just.
CSI scene.
Yeah, man. Clipping dogs' nails.
I remember I had to.
Great.
My cat got fleas.
Oh, that's fun.
I had never been a pet owner. I inherited this cat, and we had like a stand-up shower, like all glass. Like it wasn't a tub; it was just the shower. And so I like put me and the cat in there, and like had this shampoo, this fucking like flea shampoo, and our cat hated water. I didn't know it before this. I didn't know how to take care of pets, and so I turned the water on. I'm reading the directions in the shower, like my bathing suit, and this cat that I had for 2 weeks. Turn the water on. The cat starts freaking out, like clawing me, like trying to run around, like making weird noises I didn't think cats were capable of. Yeah. And I'm like getting down there, like pouring the shampoo. I'm just like, I gotta fucking get this. Fleas are everywhere. I'm probably gonna carry fleas myself after this, like rubbing it around. And the cat, like, we inherited it with the house, and it knew the area. It would go outside, like, all the time. We'd, like, I'd come home and be, like, on top of my house.
It came with... Wait. This cat came with the house.
It came with the house.
Hey,
They're like,
man,
you
sorry.
can have this sweet apartment. Comes with a cat.
But there's one condition. This cat's been here longer than me, actually. So you gotta deal with this cat.
This cat did not come back for, like, another 2 weeks.
After you...
But it didn't have any fleas.
Yeah.
It was actually a really cool cat. One eye. Named Zoe.
You didn't know that cats didn't like water, though, right from the get-go? Because that's something
No,
I would
because
not lock
I never
myself.
grew up with cats. Like, other people had them. It was like, why are you staring at me?
Yeah, dude. I would never lock myself in a fucking shower with a cat. I would walk out scratches all over me, man. Especially my cat.
Yeah, it was
for instance.
Traumatic for both of us.
I could imagine. I could fucking only imagine, dude.
Then I wasn't expecting the noises.
Yeah, I mean, washing my dog is bad enough, and that's the responsibility you take on as a pet owner, though. I mean, you had to. It got thrown on your lap. You didn't really.
But I like cats. I think now, after owning both, I think I may like cats more than dogs.
Yeah, I mean, being allergic to one
or
the other is kind of a tough decision. So,
but I'd always loved dogs growing up.
I mean, you're kind of a fucking psycho if you don't. I think if you don't like animals,
it's this fun furry thing that'll play with you. And
sorry for anyone out there, but that doesn't like animals. But I mean, if you don't have to own a dog or something.
I'm sorry if you don't like animals.
Sorry if you don't like animals, but I mean, you gotta at least not
One of life's few easy joys.
This guy's hilarious, bro. I'm dying. At least he's making one person laugh. Mike Doyle never makes me laugh. No, but that's the responsibility you take on when you have a pet or something. You know, it's like, oh, everyone, you adopt a dog, you adopt a cat. Everyone thinks it's fucking, oh, you just take it out, feed it. No, dude. Like, I've had so many emergencies with my dog this summer, especially dog got stung by a bee. I had to run with my dog in my arms from the beach.
Because he got stung by a bee?
She got stung by a bee. She was allergic to bees.
How did you know that your dog was allergic?
Because I was walking her down a path, right? This was like in August, the end of August. I was walking her down a path, and near these flowers sticking out, she stuck her head in, always does. Started doing that, and I thought, you know, my other dog got stung by a bee last year there. I did too, same spot. So I brushed her face, didn't think anything of it. But when she collapsed on the beach and scared the shit out of me. And I automatically assumed, I was like, shit, she got stung by a bee. Nothing else could have made her, you know, she looked at me and just fell. So I was like, holy shit. And then I picked her up, ran like a football field's difference from the beach to my house on rocks.
Did you feel like you were a Baywatch?
Dude, I was gasping for air. People, my neighbors probably like, what is this?
Oh, that was right over here.
I live right there on the beach. Yeah, the beach is right there. So I look like a psychopath. I wasn't going, help, help, help. I couldn't breathe. So came home, long story short, brought the dog to the vet finally, and they were like, yeah, she went into shock, anaphylactic shock pretty much, you know, and she could have died if it was like more bees and shit. So now I got to be careful around bees with a dog.
That's how are you careful around bees?
Exactly. When you leave your dog out in the yard, I can't have like flowers out there or something, and you know, so it's like
You're a much more responsible pet owner than I am.
It's hard.
I would have given up right there.
You've seen both my dogs. They're maniacs. It's like I said, it's the responsibility. You have to be willing to take on anything when you adopt a pet. That's why there's so many rescues, man.
If I could have any conversation with a pet,
people can't do it.
I would be like, I will feed you every day, warm place to come to every night. You do anything stupid, you're on your own.
Right.
That's basically the conversation I'm gonna have with my kids too.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. I mean, you can't. Your cat's probably gonna scratch you. Nine out of 10, you're gonna have a cat that's gonna scratch you down the line. You can't just kick your cat out because it does something natural. It's a fucking beast you have locked in our house. You know, when my cat scratches me, I'm like, fucking bitch, you know. But I'll give it a second, go back to her, you know. But at the same time, it's like I want to fucking throw her outside when she gets me good or something. Bites me. She bites me all the time. But
sounds like you're in an abusive relationship with your cat, honestly.
She's an animal, man. You got to respect their boundaries. But I think people, you know, in your case, say you're allergic to a dog, so it's like, you know, you can't really have a dog in your house.
Yeah, that was awful.
So you found that out, but you weren't like, oh, this dog's too tough to feed every day and walk. I got to give it back, you know? And people think of, like I said, like a pet, like a fucking just an accessory, not a responsibility. With kids, too. You know, it kind of goes with kids.
Yeah, kids, man.
You know, they're kid practice, I would say.
They are.
They're kid. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be a good dad. I mean, I'd probably be crazy as fuck.
They teach you responsibility.
For sure. The most responsibility, like, you know, most responsibility I've had, obviously, because it's obviously with a job and other shit like that, but on another thing because they're just needy. I make them needy, I think, because you know we baby them and shit. But anyway.
Being responsible for something is one of the coolest human experiences, right? It's you dread it, you know, like you're like, no, I don't want to do anything. I just want to take care of myself.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it's one of the few experiences you can take care of something. You can like make sure it grows, right?
Like a Tamagotchi. Remember the little electronic pet things?
Oh, yeah. To be responsible for anything. It's like, I don't know why we're driven to do that.
We're
kids, man. That's why we went to fucking college. Because we want to be responsible for something. We're sick of being irresponsible.
That's why you wanted to have sex in college?
Like earlier we were talking about,
you want
like,
to be responsible?
Yeah, I think subconsciously we have a drive to be responsible for something.
To have a kid, to have a child.
And when you're in school, you're in a very irresponsible state, like, you know, 19, 20, in college.
Yeah.
and there's a subconscious drive like pre-written into our DNA that's like, now you're gonna fucking become responsible.
Now you're a man, son. Go get your dick wet. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because it leads to
go
what?
Plant your seed.
Plant your seed, man.
Become a father. Become a man.
Grow something.
The only way you're becoming a man is if you fuck. Yeah, I can see where you're saying, and that's in a young person's head. It's like, hey, man, my friends aren't going to think I'm a guy.
They don't necessarily want their seed to take that night, but
I know what you're saying. Obviously, I don't want to be a dad when I'm fucking like a freshman in college. Like, oh, there's my, like, there's my 4 years. I just started.
It's subconsciously there, you know. That's what.
Of course.
That's the age
I can see
that
what you're
happens.
saying. Yeah, it definitely not planting your seed, just like planting it somewhere. Not necessarily in a fallopian tube or a uterus or whatever. The fallopian tubes are what drop the eggs, right? I'm not.
I don't know. I'm not
biology, fucking of an anatomy of a fucking inner female. I'm not familiar with all the names. You know,
you're not familiar with the names.
You know what I'm talking about. The vulva, the clitoris. I think I said the fallopian tubes, right?
I'd feel
Let's go to class real quick.
Does that make me a
Let's go to
misogynist?
biology. No, we're going to biology class. Taking it to the max.
I don't know the different parts of balls either. I have a dick.
Anatomy. I spelt it wrong, but I'm just trying to get there.
A ball sack.
The femal anatomy. So this isn't pornography, and this is okay to look at. All right, so we're both getting a lesson on the female anatomy right here.
No, you zoom. This is the. Where'd that picture go?
This one?
Yeah.
That's that hardcore shit, bro. That's that hardcore shit.
Female reproductive system.
Female reproductive, fallopian tubes, ovaries, yeah, the uterus. There you go. There's all that fun stuff. The cervix. There you go. Just kids better learn something out there. Yep. The internet. The internet just taught me that.
I don't remember anything we just looked at. Like,
I could have just asked my wife, hey, what's that thing right next to your fallopian tube? Oh, my cervix? Or my fucking uterus or whatever. I still forget what the fuck they're lying about.
It's the internet, man.
Yeah, it's the internet. It's
causing us to be lazy.
I can learn how to give a woman an orgasm from the internet. You know? You can learn anything from the internet, dude.
Can you?
It's like, duh, you fuck. It's been there.
I don't know.
Dude, the screen printing job I had for 2 weeks, the guy was like, I started this company because I learned everything on the internet. I mean, that's a stupid fucking... It's not stupid, but you could learn pretty much the skills of that online. You'd have to do it yourself, but he was like, I learned everything online pretty much. Started his company based off knowledge of research. Obviously, you can read and shit, but most of the time it's videos that you're just like, you're gonna sit through are you gonna sit through an hour video, 20-minute video, or read a fucking book like that thick over there? You know, I would kind of, you know, that's. So when you say going back to the number 70, which you said like 2070 or something, I think people's brains would be a little bit mushier if we're just if YouTube's still around.
Yeah. And
we're still going by like fact, like we're getting just our information from YouTube or like entertainment from YouTube. It's all gonna be in one device eventually. Like your this TV already has everything or something. YouTube, this, that, you know.
And then you become a moth.
Yeah, you're never gonna have to leave somewhere. Like, what's the final outcome? Are they gonna try to keep us in one spot? Because they want you to have your phone to have everything your computer does.
Your watch.
Your
tablet.
watch. Yeah, it's you know, it's like, all right, wait, my phone.
They have like glasses. I mean, we're gonna end up in a Matrix graveyard, right?
I think we're already in the Matrix. I think we're already all dead. I think we all died in 2012.
You think this is like your digital soul?
Yes, I think this is
replaying
just
the same tragic.
Yeah. I don't know. Or we just we just went down a different dimension, like the Mandela effect, you know, and we just like
so
went down a different portal in time.
Can you control it? How much control do you
butterfly
have?
effect? Are you being serious?
Can you control it?
Can you control it? Control what?
What can your mind do?
We don't know yet, man. You've seen fucking Elon Musk bend spoons? No. Yeah, it's fucking. If we're, like I said, if we're just basing your information, like I'm not saying don't go to school, but I can't get a job based on just my knowledge from I learned. Like I could be a master mason, like a brick mason. You know, I've learned everything from YouTube. But like this guy's not going to give me a job in the union based off that.
You got to pay for that.
Yeah, maybe that might be a bad example, or an electrician. Like, someone's not going to hire me based off me learning to be an electrician there. They're going to want me to be insured, licensed, all that. I would have had to have gone to school for fucking years. Same with a plumber, you know? Like, you can learn all that online, but I think a degree. So there is a separation there. So you have to be able to...
When you get a degree, there's standards. There's, like, all-inclusive information, right? So when you watch a video, they're like, this is how you do this specific thing.
Right.
And this is how I did it with this specific tool, this specific pipe, right?
Yeah, so you're
missing out on...
You're doing it the same way as you would in the classroom, if you're thinking about it that. You know, you're learning it the same way on your own. What's the difference, though, in a classroom?
It works. It's practical.
Yeah. But you're just getting a degree. It's you know, you're learning it the correct way because you're learning some from Joe Schmo. If I had an electric, hey man, I'm fucking Mike and I'm an electrician. This is the way you put a fucking wire. It's Tim the Toolman Taylor, for Christ's sakes, you know. This is the way you wire a goddamn house up. I don't know. Basement, what up, baby? We don't do that too. It's called heroin. Ooh, we got another junkie in the audience. Fuck yeah, dude. Love it.
What's heroin?
Oh, I think that I was reading older messages. Set it up there, like an hour ago. Shit, but yeah, we've been going strong for like 2 hours, man.
11.
You want to kill it? We can keep going if you want.
I'm down for whatever you're.
I mean, what were we talking about? What are we
for.
talking about still?
What?
Now? We'll put a nail on this coffin, man. We can still chill. Do you have a phone number you want to give out to everybody so they can text you?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. If anyone wants to give us a call, 617-237-6249. That's the Skype. Give us a call. If you've been listening all night and you want to talk about anything we've been discussing here, feel free to do so.
Also, feel free to email us at dickswsuck@rnet.com.
What?
rnet.com.
Oh, .com.org.
It changes. It's dynamic.
Yeah. But yeah, 617-237-6249. If you feel like calling in, whatever. We're going to be on the air, if you will. Thank you, YouTube. It's funny that everyone that's on YouTube that like creates, right, that does these things, because anyone with a phone, you could be a YouTube fucking creator, right? But they're
Phil
all
Mullins.
Fuck YouTube. YouTube sucks. But we're all thankful for the platform they give us, right? I'm very thankful.
You should be.
Dude, I mean, as far as like being able to stream tonight and it not glitching out, I mean,
pretty awesome.
It's fucking, thankfully YouTube didn't fuck up, or whatever the software I have didn't fuck up, but you know. Yeah, there's been a lot going on with that. Just that one app that you watch funny videos on, people have been losing their probably killing themselves over their money being taken away. So being monetized on YouTube. So people that make a living.
Oh, I saw. I read about this. Some lady did that recently, right?
Yeah, she went into fucking.
Oh, she went. Yeah, she went in and did she shoot people or
she killed herself or tried to or something like that, right? Shit happened. But people like that, like, yeah, dude, like, you could be making a living, right? Shit, I'm making $5,000 a month. This is great. All of a sudden, something happens and you can't go live, or I can't make videos on my channel anymore, and it's like, fuck do I do for rent this month, dude?
Yeah.
That happens to so many people. That's been happening to so many people. So that's
why I put my faith in a good, solid career, son.
Yeah, there you go. But a lot of younger folks are kind of are taking this route and relying on.
You can't trust that YouTube.
YouTube, you know, if you talk to somebody that had no idea what really YouTube was, and they were like, they're relying on an app for a career, you're fucking crazy. But like, I mean, it could lead to acting, this gig, that radio, or something. You know, there's other avenues to reach. It's exposure. It's a stage, exactly. It's a
soapbox.
Exactly. And, I mean, people use it for whatever. you know. But if you're getting your fucking livelihood stripped away from you, I can't really speak of that personally. But from it's pretty wild. Anyway.
I mostly just watch videos of ducks. And
Of
ponds.
ducks?
Ducks on ponds, yeah.
Oh, dude, I have a fucking video for you right here. Since we've been serious for a fucking very long time. Have you ever been like super extreme? You've skateboarded, right? You've seen me bust my... There was a video of me busting my ass, right?
My entire life is extreme.
Does Eddie have a YouTube channel? Doesn't he have a YouTube channel?
He has a video on my channel that I edited for him.
Yeah, it was me like skateboarding in the park and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Do you have that on here?
On my channel, yeah.
No way. Like
It's,
of me eating shit on the
music.
quarter pipe?
I
think
it's
I
like
fell.
it's a bunch of edited.
Anyway, so you've been pretty extreme in your life and adventurous, right? You're a rock climber, mountain climber. All right, this guy right here.
That's like the last view I'd want before I died.
Here we go. This
Concrete.
is. I did this last week. This is me last week. This is me last week. All right, so he just landed on a
Why? See, when people get hurt, and this is like where you decide to jump, like not a beautiful mountain with like a river,
Right.
cool view. Like this is where you decided to jump. Like you kind of deserve barbed wire to the balls.
Yeah. Where I think this is Brazil or South America. I think they said.
So you think people from that area are less intelligent? Is that what you're implying?
I think there's less places for them to get to be able to climb.
Because
and
I called the
jump.
guy stupid, and you're like, well, he's from Brazil.
Like, yeah, dude. Like, I mean, that's a good point. Yeah. So I guess no. I'm saying there might not be as many bridges in that area or like legal spots.
This is clearly a case of there not being enough bridges.
Yeah. It's a racist statement. It's fucking flipping racist. Piece of shit. But yeah, this guy's like, I'm free. I love life. Wait. He's like, I'm gonna go in that street. There's my car. Wait. Ah. Just that
He
sound.
wore knee pads. He's like, if anything goes wrong, these
Right.
knee pads are gonna help.
See that wall I'm jumping off of? I'm gonna hit it.
Jumping over train tracks and a road.
The quality's shit, but this guy's just like
watching this. It's certainly a confidence booster.
so he jumps off of whatever. Yeah, because I'm not this dumb. Like, yes, I have more confidence in this guy. But he's definitely trying to, I think, make it into the street. You know what I'm saying? And just went down. He pulled him. The sound.
It's bad. I relate. Every time I get off the couch, I basically make that noise.
40 stitches. That guy only got 40 stitches for that. Ridiculous. These bass jumpers are fucking nuts, man. Have you ever watched like
I've
seen
climbed like Mount Greylock in Massachusetts, and I hiked up to the top of that. There, you can drive up.
Yeah.
So people had driven up and like had their base jumping stuff to
Get
jump off
ready.
the mountain. Oh, it's not base. Well, I don't know. They have like it's not a parachute. It's like a wings. What is that called?
hang gliding?
Hang gliding.
Oh,
yeah,
so
they'd
they
run and
they
like
hang glide around here.
fly for like a half
That
an hour.
shit's even crazier. I think hang gliding's more wild than anything because you're relying on the wind to carry these wings that they could just fuck. I don't think most of the time they don't have parachutes when they're on one of those. So if like the wind hits it and you're not experienced, you're taking a nosedive, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
You've seen this though.
When I see, I was like annoyed. I'm like, this guy was like, he took his time setting up his wings. Like, he had short shorts on. He had like his thighs out. Everyone's looking at him like, what is this guy doing?
That's the only thing you
He's just
remembered
an attention-
particularly. His
He was,
short
he
shorts.
was an attention whore. I wanted my wife to pay attention to me.
Yep.
She's looking at this guy with his fucking wings and short shorts. I'm like, oh my God, is he really going to do that? Of course he's going to do it. He's up here, isn't he?
What part of Massachusetts? That's in Massachusetts?
Yeah, Mount Greylock, I think.
Damn. We have
I just took you to this dope mountain. Look at this view. Fuck
Mount
this
Greylock.
guy.
Let me check it out.
There's like I think This is
Where's Mount
10
Washington?
years ago.
New Hampshire, right? Mount Washington.
Mount Washington is in New Hampshire, yes.
Do people go do crazy things off that? Greylock?
I've never seen
Grimlock?
anyone.
What's it called?
Greylock. It's in
Greylock.
Massachusetts.
Greylock Mountain.
Not how you spell it. Grey.
Gay.
LOCK maybe?
Gaylock Mountains.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's a tower. There's a tower.
That's crazy.
That's not it. That
So
looks
people
like Yosemite.
People jump off this?
Nope.
That looks
He
like
was
it's right
like
next to the ground.
Honestly, we hiked up. That's not the same mountain, but what's that like little one? It's in Massachusetts.
Yeah, that's gnarly. I could see people hang gliding.
Yeah, that's
like, off
exactly
something
where
like
he
this.
jumped. That's the exact
Let's
area.
say
It
hang
looks like a
gliding.
rolling hill.
There you go, bud. Let's see if there's
Stupid.
videos. Oh yeah, Mount Greylock, Mass, hang gliding. Oh shit! See, this is crazy. Hold on. This is something I would never bungee jump. I would never do this or. This is way too extreme for me. Look at that, dude. Yeah, this.
Gets an applause.
Look at that. Look at that. Do you think that was that invented before the airplane? Was man like, yo, dude, we gotta do this first?
Icarus, right?
Huh?
Icarus.
Imagine just being the guy that created that shit. Like the first dude to do it. He obviously had to have died. First flight. Ah! You know, like over a fucking cliff. Like the first dude to be like, all right, Grand Canyon, here we come.
All these people like applaud.
Yeah.
And then just walk away. Just go straight down on the ground.
Yeah. I mean, we could be morbid and
Pleasure.
death.
Do you find pleasure in watching
Florida man
people
killed in
die?
hang gliding accident. I mean, yeah.
Welcome
so-
back. Federal authorities are investigating after a man was killed in a hang gliding accident here in the state.
Yes.
Authorities believe a tow rope broke loose, causing the
tow
hang
rope?
glider to crash onto the ground Saturday in Lake County. When
That's the
crews
shit I'm
arrived, they
talking
found
about,
the
bro.
victim in cardiac arrest. They were unable to revive him. The Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board are investigating.
I'm not going to
Welcome
participate
back.
in any sport where there's a rope
Yeah.
connected to my toe.
I'm saying, bro.
A tow rope? Oh, maybe it's T-O-W.
tow
I'm thinking
rope.
T-O-E.
I'm assuming it's a rope that someone could grab if like they need to or something, like a hanging rope from the actual thing if you fall from it or I don't know.
Let's look it up.
Thank you. I mean, we could
Collective
definitely do that. I know.
What?
I know, right?
See, we're just becoming dumber.
Just becoming dumb. Yeah, it's Idiocracy.
I'm becoming dumber.
I don't know if you've seen that award-winning film, Idiocracy. But would you tell me a tow rope? Tow rope. Hang glider. I hate typing on this keyboard.
No, I'm just an idiot that imagined a rope being tied.
Yeah,
to a
I don't
toe.
know, dude. I doubt the fucking the thing is something that we're ever gonna. I don't know. It doesn't matter, right? But that's just something I could never fucking do, man. That shit's just crazy to me. That daredevil lifestyle. And the people that are in the fucking squirrel suits, you've seen that.
Yep.
Jumping out of airplanes and without parachutes. People are trying to land on nets without parachutes. That was
It's
like a
obnoxious.
world record Guinness thing. I don't know. It's fucking like the Red Bull skydiver. You've seen that jumping from outer space. It's like, all right, so that's the highest point I think anyone can ever jump from. So I don't think there's any record to beat from there. You know. Where will they go next?
I like jumping off cliffs into water. Have you tried that?
We did that together, man.
I've done
In Quincy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember?
Oh no, Hull.
Hull. Yes.
Yes,
We
Gun
did
Rock
that, and I
Beach.
was scared to fuck. I hit the ground. That's why I was like, I don't want to do this, and I was fucking.
It didn't hurt though.
Ashley
did it?
and I were dating at the time. We weren't even married yet, and no, it didn't hurt, but it was at least 20 feet off. You got a picture of me.
Yeah.
You got a picture of me jumping. Yeah, folks. I was cool. I did some cliff jumping. This thing was pretty high, right? Cold ass water, man.
And it's all on the tide. Like the height is dependent on the tide.
Yeah, so, but there was young dudes down there. It was like the 16-year-old kids impressing their fucking girlfriends. I'm like, I gotta do this. Me and my fat dad body. I had a dad body when I was like 25. You know, like I don't even want to take my shirt off, man, around fucking anybody around here, dude. But yeah, that was the last cool thing I think I've ever done. Was jump off that thing.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Not even the quarries, you know, like Milford quarries, kids were doing that. You know, the quarry jumping. And you always hear of deaths. That's why they drain the ones in Quincy.
Yeah.
People dying. You know?
You ever watch the old videos? What it used to look like?
Quincy quarries?
Yeah. Pretty cool.
I mean, I've seen it now, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I take my kids there now.
It's all graffiti and stuff.
They love it. It's like the rocks are so big, it's so bright, so colorful.
Yeah, this is folks, for anyone who gives a shit. These are quarries in South Shore, Mass, like local to us. I mean, these are just...
Yeah, this video is crazy. He doesn't jump from like
from
where
Quincy?
I jumped when I was young.
So 1994, before they drained it.
This is before, yeah, before they drained it.
This is crazy. Hold on, let's get some.
Alright, they're throwing their rocks. They just need their rocks.
Alright.
Let's get to the meat of it. Alright, there we go. This looks crazy. This is in Quincy, dude, huh?
You should see the guy like tries to zoom in and like get a whole shot. And the camera's just moving up rock for like a
right
minute.
here?
Yeah, I think this is when he jumps.
Oh shit. Oh, I mean that was gnarly.
Yeah, it's
that was fucking crazy.
125 feet.
3 in the afternoon.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah. These dudes are like, ah, fuck. Why are they throwing rocks? They already know where this dude landed.
To create ripples in the water, less impact.
Yeah. You don't know. This is 1994. Oh, shit.
Those kids from Holbrook. Yeah.
Skip to 2 minutes. This is crazy, huh? So, yeah, this is something that people die from all the time. That they're like, yeah, we need to drain. This is a
so
fucking
sketchy.
When they drain a quarry, you know it's a problem. I think didn't they pull bodies out of that?
Like
the
vehicles.
mob, the fucking mob, the Irish mob used to fucking, you know, Irish mafia, whatever. What's his name? Fucking.
What is his name?
Bugsy. I was gonna say Bugsy.
Don't say it.
You can't say his name.
No, I can't say his name.
3 times. But anyway, that Boston guy, Whitey.
Boston guy.
He probably dumped a shitload of people in that place. You know, back then, they found a shitload of cars in there. Whenever they drain a quarry, I doubt there's anything good they're finding.
Bolja.
You know. Shit. I don't know. I think we're gonna head out of here, folks. It's been real. It's been fun. We appreciate everyone for joining us, and yeah, it's been awesome having you, Mike, as a guest. We greatly appreciate your
pleasure to be here.
Huh?
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, anyone that hasn't subscribed already, go ahead and do so.
Subscribble.
Yeah, if you're new to the channel and you're having a good time, go ahead and give us a thumbs up, and I'll know if you liked it or not. Give it a thumbs down too. Fuck, if you hate me, leave a comment. Be a woman about it. I'm not gonna say be a man because that means women can't stand up for themselves. So be a woman about it and tell me what you like and don't like. But yeah, Mike, it was fucking awesome talking to you. Now get the fuck out of my house, and I'll end this after you leave.
Excellent.
No, peace out, folks. I'll talk to you soon on Twitterverse, and adios, muchachas and muchachos.
When you hold me like this, and you touch me like that, it's gone with the wind.